Dolan starting under center. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he plays in his first true start of the year in a new Woodard offense system, even though he did play against Breyer a little bit.
Yeah, he came in against Breyer about 2 quarters into the game, and he was 2 for 4, 34 yards in that one game with 7 carries for 40 yards. He's a true dual-threat quarterback, and the Titans are going to have a chance to see what he's going to do early as they're going to receive here as the Rock Ridge Phoenix are just about to kick off here at homecoming.
Yeah, Dolan really mentioned to me about how he really is a dual threat quarterback and how he loves to run with the ball, but he says that he's gotten his accuracy and his throwing ability a lot better, and he actually showed that a little bit in the pep rally today at Dominion as they were doing a little football throwing accuracy test, and he made it to the finals of that, so he kind of showed out a little bit there, so it'll be exciting to see how this new accuracy that he's been talking about transfers over to the Titan offense.
Yeah, that was one of the things I saw with Dolan. He's got the best pure arm out of everyone at Dominion, just in terms of pure arm strength, but it's where the accuracy comes in that we see to have some issues, and you know, if you say he's improved it, I'll believe you, and we're about to see as the Titans are about to receive the kick here from the Rock Ridge Phoenix. Ball's part at the 40-yard line as we are here on a beautiful night here in Sterling, Virginia. The kick is high, it is deep. It's going to be caught by Mason Ward at about the 9-yard line. Ward looking for some room to run. He's got an angle up the left sideline. There's a flag thrown on the play, but Ward is going to go 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, but there's a flag on the play back near the 24-yard line. It looks like this play might be coming back.
It most likely is, Bruin. In these kinds of scenarios, it's definitely almost always a block in the back. Hopefully for the Titans, it's not, because that is the exact way you want to start this game.
Yeah, and let's see what the officials are going to call here. That was a great return, though, for Mason Ward, showing why he is one of the most explosive players on this Dominion team.
Oh, he is, and one of the most shifty and quick players as well. And there were some great blocks out on that field. I saw 2 pancake blocks, in fact, on this near sideline to us, as Mason Ward shot up the gap and was able to get all the way to the end zone. And it is a holding penalty on the receiving team, so the Titans those points will be negated, and the Titans will get the ball at their own 15-yard line, as we will now see Dolan come out on the field as the new Titans starting quarterback.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting, even though that penalty was called back, just seeing that kind of excitement on the Titans sideline should really help them. 11:44 left now in the first quarter as Aiden Dolan steps out onto the field. It's going to be interesting to see if they change this offense at all. Here is Dolan now in the gun. Ball now at the 15-yard line of the Titans. He's going to be in the shotgun. Hayes beside him. 2 receivers to the far side. Dolan drops back to pass. Pitches it to Hayes. Hayes looking for some room to run. Fakes a little bit and gets a lot of yardage off to that shifty little play. And he'll go down, but not after getting
9?
A gain of 9, maybe even 10. He may have gotten that first down there. You see that little move he did?
It almost looked like he was going to do a fake. It was like a fake lateral almost. He chucked his shoulder back after looking in the other direction and just cut it back to the near sideline right there, as he was able to gain about 3 to 4 extra yards on the play.
Yeah, and that will bring up another first down for the Titans. 11:35 left in the game, so a good first start for the Titans.
Oh, yeah, love to see that.
You want to get the ball to Trey Hayes as much as possible. Here is Dolan again in the gun. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. It's Jaden Hickey. Caught a touchdown last week. Jimmy Christ at his familiar left tackle position. Here is Dolan now. First throw, it's going to be a quick screen out to Mason Ward. Mason Ward trying to make something happen. Gets about 3 yards on the play. Ian, what are your keys to the game for this Titan team to come out and win their homecoming game?
Oh, I think it's pretty straightforward, Varun. I think you need to trust your core. I think you need to trust your seniors like Aiden Dolan, Trey Hayes, Jimmy Christ, and almost abuse their usage and really fall in behind them and let them go to work against a not that strong Rock Ridge team. I think you can really exploit them with those top players. Let Dolan settle in early, just like that quick screen right there. Let him get that accuracy in, because he is still a new starter on this team. And finally, just bring lots of pressure on their starting quarterback, Leitner.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 6 now with 10:55 left in the first quarter. No score yet. Another pitch here to Hayes. Hayes looking for room off the left side. He's got it. He's got the first down, and a little more hurdles a player before stepping out of bounds at the 35-yard line. First down for the Titans.
A very creative runner, Trey Hayes is. I mean, 2 carries already, and has almost like a fake lateral or a pause, like he's going to go back in the other direction. He's already hurdled a man. So, I mean, the hurdle didn't lead to much as he went out of bounds, but it's still always great to see as now the Titans line up on a new, fresh set of downs here.
First down and 10. Here's Dolan in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. He's going to take it himself. No, he's going to give it to Hayes. Hayes stiff arms a man, but he'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage there. Forward progress is probably going to make him only lose about a yard or half a yard on that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Dominion team. Good first drive here.
Yeah, it is a nice first drive so far. I want them to see Dolan get involved a little bit more. I want them to kind of get used to having Dolan under center a little more, and like not obviously you want Trey Hayes to get the ball, and that's how you're going to win football games and stuff. But I mean, I want them to use Dolan a little bit more here in the passing game. I mean, he is a good quarterback, and he's shown it in the past years that he is a quarterback that you can depend on to be accurate. So let's hope that he can kind of get going here.
Here is Dolan now in the gun. 2 receivers to either side. 2nd and 10. 9:57 left. He'll take the snap, fakes it. He's going to keep it himself on the read option. Dolan showing off that dual threat ability, but he's going to get maybe a yard on the play before being brought down.
Yeah, it's just eventually the defense is just going to start reading it, as that is the 5th run in a row, or 4th run in a row by the Titan offense here, and they are trying to establish the run game. That is where we do shine with Jimmy Chris there and with Trey Hayes and Aiden Dolan, but I do want Dolan to get going a little bit here with his arm.
Ball now at the 41-yard line of the Titans, and this brings up their first 3rd down of the game. 3rd and 8 as they try to score on this opening drive. But before that, looks like the officials are going to convene here. Not entirely sure. All right, and we're back to business here as the Titans try to score here on their opening drive. 3rd and 8 as they try to convert. Here they come in the gun. Rockridge showing blitz. They'll bring it. Just drop snap there for Dolan, and chaos on that snap there, and let's see what happened as the officials blew the play dead.
That's really unfortunate, as Thomas Waisgrass from the tight end position had actually went straight up the seam and was way past the safety on that play and actually had 2 or 3 steps on him if Dolan was able to deliver a good pass.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Rockridge defense here, an offsides penalty, and that'll make this a much more manageable 3rd and 3 situation.
That's big for the Titans.
Yeah, it makes it a much more manageable situation, as here is Dolan now in the gun once again as they almost exclusively operate. Hayes is beside him to the left, 2 receivers to either side, Waisgrass in the slot. And
well done.
Thomas, Aiden Dolan with the hard count is going to get another offsides penalty against an over-eager Rockridge defense, and that'll lead to a first down for the Titans as they'll move the ball up 5 yards to the Rockridge 49 as the Titans move to the opposing side of the field already. 8:50 left in the first quarter, no score yet. Titans on their opening drive. They come in at 0-4, but this is a team that has some potential. It's an easier schedule the rest of the way. Let's see if they're able to make it happen here. Here's Hayes now. He'll take a handoff, and Trey Hayes has some room to run. He'll go down, but not after getting a first down to the 38-yard line.
He has such subtle, quick cuts that it's almost sometimes not noticeable, but right there on that run, Varun, I know both you and I saw just a quick jab step right and was able to get an extra 4 yards on that play.
Here is Hayes again on the first down carry. He hurdles a man. Trey Hayes breaking tackles, and he'll go down, but not after getting a 12-yard gain to the 22-yard line. Trey Hayes showing dominance early.
And a Rockridge player is down on the field currently. I think it was actually from Trey Hayes, who actually just ran through the man. After hurdling a defender, Trey Hayes lowered his helmet, lowered his shoulder into a Rockridge player, and just bulldozed him as he was able to get an extra 5 yards after the first down marker, as the Titans are taking a knee now around their coaching staff and getting some instructions from Woodard.
Yeah, Coach Woodard looking for his first win against a team that he coached with last year as a defensive coordinator. Rockridge did change their head coach over the offseason, but nevertheless, a little bit of extra motivation maybe for Coach Woodard as he heads into this game, and the Titan team obviously wants to win this. On the sideline, you can see DeAndre Reeves, former Titan star, Marshall football player, and current CFL player for the Montreal Alouettes at the last notice. He will most likely be joining us for an interview at halftime, so stay tuned to that. Only available on the dhspress.com website as part of the audio stream.
All right, we're going to bring in a quick replay on the other stream here. This was the opening kickoff. You see Field cleaned it to 10. There's going to be an illegal block in here. There's the hold. It dragged the guy down, but had a nice hole. Scampers to the right and just breaks all the way free. Nice run. Unfortunately, it didn't count.
or not really steal a win, but get a win against Valley, and then maybe get a win against like a Tuscarora or a County or something like that in a good game if they were able to show out. Then you're looking at a 500 season, and it's not as bad as people have said the season is. This is actually not a bad Titan football team, but as we've mentioned, they have a very difficult schedule here at the beginning.
They do indeed, having played some very good teams, but they're out on the field now. 1st and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. Titans threatening to score on their opening drive. Here is Hayes. He's going to put a man in motion. Here's Dolan. He's going to put a man in motion and then hand it off to Hayes, who's going to get 4, 5, 6 yards on the play before being brought down.
The Titans are really just running it right through everyone right now, and they're just bulldozing their way through and using
old school football,
and they're using their sheer offensive line strength against a really, really small Rockridge defensive front, Varun, as I'm looking at them here. It's, not extremely small, but that does not stand out at all, as we have a very large offensive line, including 6'7" Jimmy Christ.
Yes, Titans now with 2nd and 3. Here's a pitch now to Trey Hayes. Hayes looking for some room up the left side. Makes a cut now at the 10-yard line. He reverses field. Trey Hayes looking for a touchdown, but he's going to be tripped up there on the play by the Rockridge defender, Ryan Saleh, and a near miracle play by Trey Hayes, but that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 situation.
He really loves to just make those miracle plays. Like, he goes all the way to the sideline. He has 6 or 7 Rockridge Phoenixes surrounding him, and he goes, maybe I'll run backwards 5 yards and go in the complete opposite direction of where all the momentum is right now. And he actually got all the way to the opposite hash marks before the Rockridge Phoenix was able to slightly bring him down. Actually, a really good tackle there, as Trey Hayes is a very powerful and elusive runner. So unlucky there for the Titans, and Trey Hayes is now it is 3rd and 6 on the Rockridge 20.
Yeah, 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Here's Dolan in the gun. He'll put Demetrius Summers next to him on this 3rd down. Dolan's going to fire a quick pass. Nearly caught there by Mason Word for a 1st down and more, but it's going to deflect off his hands and go incomplete.
It might have been a little high, Varun, but I think that's a catchable ball right there, and that's really unfortunate. But I like them hitting him with the quick passes, because I think that's where Dolan's really going to thrive, and it looks like the Titans are going to go for it. As we've mentioned, they still are having some problems with injuries at the kicking position.
Yeah, Melvin Panetta is still out for this game, so Cesar Avila is going to be kicker. But here they go, 4th down, 4th and 6 for the Titans. Here is Aiden Dolan from the gun. He's going to take the snap now. He's got time. Dolan's going to fire, end zone. A little bit too far for Thomas Waysgrass, and the Titans will turn it over on downs. Interesting that we didn't say Trey Hayes there on those 3rd and 4th downs.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that. I'm very surprised with Trey. Oh, it looks like Trey Hayes coming back on the field with a bandage on his left arm. So maybe he was getting some attention there from the training staff, as he must have had something on that reverse play.
Exactly. Now it's going to be Rockridge ball, and we're going to see this Rockridge triple option offense. And I've heard that's almost exclusively what they run with 6:48 left in the first quarter. Quarterback Elliot Leitner is going to lead this attack. Here is Leitner now. He's going to line up in single back formation, looking to the sideline now for some cues. No receivers here, now they change formation, and now they have 2 receivers, 1 split to either side. Here's Leitner now. He's going to bring a man in motion, and then before that, there's a whistle, as looks like there's going to be a timeout called here by Rockridge.
I was about to say, they almost seemed to have no idea what was going on in that play room. Like, they had an audible call, and the quarterback almost looked confident in what he was doing, but every other player on that field seemed to have no idea what was going on. It's the near side wide receiver for Rockridge, number 84, Jared Baker, actually, it was the middle, as they don't really have a passing offense, and it's mainly like if Leitner scrambles and has to dish it off real quick is what they had in their one pass play, but that's about all they really have.
Here's 3rd and 8 now, and they will do it. Leitner keeps it, throws. It's going to go incomplete, and the Titans are going to get off the field here and get their offense another chance.
At least we think so. Oh, there's the punting unit coming on the field now.
All right, no aggressive play call here from the Rockridge coach. First-year coach George Maston is the coach for the Rockridge Phoenix, and 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Good defensive stance there by the Titans. They've looked very solid so far. Obviously, weren't able to convert in the red zone the first time, but they looked very good. And that's a drive that we haven't really seen them put together so far this year, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2 drives against Woodgrove.
Yeah, here is a punt now. There's a flag thrown on the play back near the punting unit. The punt is a short one going to the Titan 42-yard line, and we're going to see what this penalty is called here.
We'll see if they do a mass meeting like we saw all the time last week for Roon, and that was very, very weird, I guess is the word.
Yeah, we saw 4 or 5 officials converting every single time, and here it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Rockridge Phoenix, so the Titans are going to have some really nice field position here as they start this second drive. Aiden Dolan comes out. Oh, no, it looks like they're going to re-punt it.
Interesting. Maybe the exception or being able to accept that penalty will just back them up for the punt. So we'll just, I guess Woodard likes his chances with the repunt.
Maybe get a nice return here.
Probably, which is pretty good after seeing the kickoff return by Mason Word, and now you have Trey Hayes back there. So
if you're just joining us, 4:26 left in the first quarter, no score yet, and here is the punt now, a really, really short one. It's going to bounce at the 42-yard line of the Phoenix, but it's going to land out of bounds at the 48.5-yard line. Titans going to start in Rockridge territory.
Actually, it's right at the 50, so it's good here for the Titans to be able to get a good starting position. Let's see if they can convert here as Dolan marches back out onto the field with this Titan offense.
Here is Dolan now, his second drive. First drive went all right, 1 for 3 for 4 yards, but Trey Hayes was a real star, 6 carries for 38 yards. Here is Dolan now in the gun, trips to the far side. Hayes in the backfield beside him. Rockridge rushing 3. Dolan looks to throw, and now he's going to run. Dolan looking for some room to run, and he's going to break a tackle and then go, and he's still on his feet. Gets 6 yards on the play after looking like he would only get 2, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
Really good read there by Aiden Dolan. They were trying to actually run a quick screen pass, and Dolan was actually, I really think I wanted to get rid of that ball, but a Rockridge Phoenix was able to jump the route a little bit and actually was right there, and he made him a pump fake and was able to break 1 tackle, break 2 tackles, and get a gain of 4, and as you said, that looked like it was only going to be a gain of 2 yards. So really well done there by the new starting Dominion quarterback.
2nd and 6 now for the Titans. 3:39 left in the first quarter. Ball now at the 44-yard line. Here's Dolan in the gun. 2 receivers to the near side. Hayes beside him. He's going to hand it off. Now Hayes looking for room. He's got it. He hurdles another man. And Trey Hayes is going to get down to the 28-yard line. But there is a flag on the play thrown right near the tackle.
There's another. It's against the Titans, as the far side official just signaled. But wow.
Wow.
This kid is...
If you saw that on video, my goodness, you saw Trey Hayes
hopefully you
hurt
did
him.
see that on video.
Yeah.
But that was just absolutely incredible. Trey Hayes leaping up and over and that's his 3rd hurdle of the game for him, but this one was special. This Rockridge Phoenix was actually probably still 3 feet off the ground as he was able to jump up and over him and boost off for another 5 yards after that. As unfortunately, that amazing play is actually being negated. So as we actually have an instant replay here for y'all on the video.
And yeah, you can see he jumps entirely over, getting 5 feet, maybe more in the air over the diving Rockridge defender.
He really is ridiculous for that.
He is an incredible athlete, to say the least. And now the Titans are going to be faced with a pretty long situation. It looks like it's going to be 2nd
and 11.
Yeah, 11 here for the Titans. Ball at the 49-yard line. Here's Dolan in the gun. He's going to drop back. He's going to give it to Hayes. Why not? Hayes is finding nothing. He's going to cut back. He is way into the backfield. Trey Hayes looking for some room, and he's going to be brought down behind the line. Another penalty flag on the play. Hayes might be doing a little bit too much now.
He might be doing a little bit too much for room, but honestly,
why not?
Why not? He got back to the line of scrimmage. So it really didn't hurt them. He's going to use a lot of energy, and he actually comes off to the sideline now with Aiden Dolan as well as they are getting talked to. I think Trey's actually taking this play off as it looks like. So most likely a Aiden Dolan pass right here as Trey Hayes is not in the backfield for this play.
2nd and 11 now. No, it's going to be more than that.
Wow.
The Titans are going to go back very far. 2nd and 21 after a holding penalty on Dominion.
I know the Titans are very excited as they're putting some drives together. They're getting crazy yardage per carry with Trey Hayes, and the offense is looking really good. The defense is excited, but they need to calm down and focus up as they already have 4 very crushing penalties, or 5 maybe, even crushing penalties that have really negated some really positive offensive pieces for this Titan team.
2nd and 21 now for Dominion. Here is Dolan in the gun, 2 receivers to either side. Rockridge putting 3 men on the line. 2nd and 21 from the 30-yard line. Dolan drops back to pass. He's got time. He's going to throw deep to the right side. Incomplete. Landing very far away from any Titan receiver, and that'll bring up 3rd down for Dominion.
That is the arm you were talking about, though, Varun. He was able to air that out with some height, and that was almost a 60-yard throw down the field. So kid definitely has a cannon. Got to get that accuracy down a little bit as he did end up overthrowing a Titan wide receiver by about 10 yards.
Yeah.
But it's still something to keep the defense honest here, as it is a very, very long 3rd down here. It's about a 3rd and 3 and 32.
Wow, that is some tough down and distance for this Dominion team. Dolan last year completed 8 for 30 passes for 128 yards, added 6 rushes and 87 yards as he split time with A.J. Dar last year. So those accuracy issues were a problem, and we've seen them a little bit tonight as well. 3rd and 32 now for the Titans. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Trips to the near side for the Titans as Dolan lines up in the gun. Here he is. He's going to drop back to pass, rolls out left. He's going to throw. Caught. No. Incomplete off the fingers of Thomas Waisgrass, and the Titans will be forced to punt. Waisgrass may not have gotten the first down there, but he looked like he was going to get at least close.
If he caught that ball, and he's either going to, if he goes up a little harder and maybe has to take a diving catch with it, then he's down with about 8 yards to go to the marker on the Rockridge half. I guarantee you they end up going for it now, but instead they're going to have to punt the ball. Is an interesting thing here, Varun. We do not see Aiden Smith down there punting the ball.
Who is back there? Cannot see the number currently.
Is it Caesar?
I think it might be Caesar.
It must be.
Titans going to punt now. Caesar's going to catch this ball at the 20-yard line. Gets it off barely. A nice deep punt. Sending the returner back. It's going to bounce at the 28-yard line. It's going to be down at the 29-yard line as Caesar Avilar Sosa shows off his punting props there, as he's also the place kicker for this Dominion team.
That's a really good punt, but he took a lot of time on getting that ball off, and I think both you and I actually thought that punt may have been almost blocked, as there were a lot of Phoenixes in the backfield there. But nonetheless, Rockridge coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive of the game with a fresh set of downs on their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, it actually looks like it was Marvin Padilla on the punt there, so correction there. 1st and 10 now for the Rockridge Phoenix. 2:41 left in the first quarter. Here they come in that triple option formation. Here's Leitner, brings a man in motion. He's going to hand it up the gut, but there's a flag thrown on the play. It's going to be a false start here on the Rockridge Phoenix, and that's going to bring back Rockridge 5 yards, making it 1st and 15. A lot of flags so far for Rockridge.
I was just about to say, actually on both sides of the ball here. Right. Both our teams are actually struggling here with some penalties a little bit. I hope they can get this under control, because it is actually a pretty exciting game so far for the most part, putting the penalties aside. 2
very evenly matched teams, it seems to be. 2:39 left in the first quarter, 1st and 15. Here is Leitner. Titans loading the line as they should, and they're going to hand it off up the middle.
Great tackle.
And a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play, as 3 or 4 Titans came in to make the play.
That's a really good tackle there by Thomas Waisgrass, as Leitner is not a small guy. It's 6'1", 190, as I mentioned earlier, but he runs angry, and you can see that on his highlight reels. And Thomas Waisgrass there with a full body wrap tackle to take him down. He was going for that strip sack, as you could see him fling that arm out.
2nd and 10 now for the Rockridge Phoenix. Here is a handoff now to the left. No, it's Leitner trying to get some yards himself, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 before being brought down out of bounds.
Not much going for the Rockridge Phoenix so far.
I mean, the Titans are just packing the line because they have
why else wouldn't you?
Exactly.
I mean, they maybe put 2 wide receivers out wide, and you just kind of play they're not really even playing up on them that much. I mean, you have Mason Word almost 7 yards, 8 yards back from their nearest wideout, so they don't really find them as that much of a threat, really.
3rd and 6 now for Rock Ridge, and there's going to be a flag here on the play. Not sure if it's going to be on the Titans here.
Yeah,
we will see. Yeah, it's going to be an offsides penalty on the Titans, and they'll make it 3rd and 1.
They are really just they're shooting themselves in the foot here, Varun. They're getting Rockridge in scenarios where they are very uncomfortable, and they're just getting stupid penalties that are really harming them when it comes down to putting the nail in the coffin here early. But if you let teams hang around, Varun, anything can happen, as it is still 0-0.
Yeah, the scoreless so far with 2 minutes left in the first. 3rd and 1 coming up now for the Phoenix. They are a run-heavy team, and we're about to see probably one of those run plays right here.
This is where you want a Will Mish.
Here they go. 3rd down and 1. Here's Leitner. He brings a man in motion, and he's going to give it up the middle. No, he's going to keep it himself on the QB.
I don't think he got it.
And he's going to be swarmed at the line. Not sure if he got the first down, but it looks like he might have gotten a favorable spot.
One of the officials actually, I think, ran onto the far side. Actually, looks like he didn't give him a good spot, but the near side, the one that I actually think is going to place the ball, is going to give it to him.
Yeah, and they're going to signal 1st down and 10, so the Titans unable to get off the field here as the penalty proves costly and the Rockridge Phoenix convert. Ball now at the 39-yard line of the Phoenix as they are looking for the play call. Here's Leitner now signaling to the rest of his offense. Leitner, now they're going to switch the formation, and offensive lineman switches sides, and now they load up to the right side, to the left side. Leitner drops the snap. It's loose. Not sure who has it. There's a huge pileup.
Many people pointing in the Dominion direction.
The Dominion direction is where most of their players are pointing. Not totally sure. No Rockridge players pointing.
No Rockridge players pointing either.
Let's see what the official signal.
Titan
and
football.
It's going to be Titan football. The drop snap proves costly as Dominion is going to take over with great field position here.
That is already their 3rd drop snap of the night, and they really need to get that under control. As actually both teams really need to clean it up on both sides of the ball, as it is actually a very sloppy game so far with penalties, dropped catches, and fumbles.
Yeah, and the Titans are going to take over here as it looks like Henry Fleckner is coming out. Interesting here. We did not think we'd see Fleckner.
I did not think that either.
But here he is at quarterback. My goodness. That's a quick hook for the Titans for Dolan as Fleckner comes in back at quarterback. 1st and 10 for the freshman. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got time. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be
Did he drop that?
hot. No, it's going to be incomplete on the play. It's going to be dropped on the play by, I think Mason Word was the intended receiver there.
That's not our 3rd drop of the night. It's actually our 1st technical drop of the night, but there's been 2 other catches where I think maybe we could do more with it. Throw over the middle to Thomas Wagegrass and another play to Mason Word earlier. But it looks like
the news right now, Aiden Dolan looks to have been benched as he's not on the field right now. Not entirely sure. He's talking to someone.
We'll definitely keep you updated on that.
Exactly. Yeah, here's Fleckner. 2 receivers to the near side as he lines up at the gun. 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Titans. And they're going to run it here. Here's a pitch to Trey Hayes, and Trey Hayes is going to get a 1st down and a little bit more, a gain of about 14-15 on the play.
I mean, I want to keep saying great stuff about Trey Hayes, Vern.
It's getting repetitive.
It's just repetitive at this point. I mean, that's another 10-yard run right there. And that's not the first time he's done that. He has gotten the ball on 1st and 10 or 2nd and 10 multiple times and gotten 1st downs for this Dominion team. And it's boring almost to see him do it all the time, as you want to see them change it up and see some exciting stuff, but you can't really complain if the Titans are pounding the ball down the throat of the opposition and just constantly getting fresh sets of downs that hopefully aren't negated by penalties.
42 seconds left, and the 8 flags so far combined for these 2 teams. Titans with 5 and Rockridge with 3, but here's Trey Hayes. Cuts up the middle on 1st down and has more. Trey Hayes towards the end zone, and he's going to score a touchdown. The Titans strike first on homecoming night. 6-0 on the Trey Hayes run.
A 26-yard run there by Trey Hayes. I don't even know if he got touched on that play, Vern. Maybe a hand sweeping across his chest. But there were some big holes for him to run through, and his elusiveness was able to prove very helpful for him on his journey to the end zone right there, as the Titans are up 6-0 and are here to attempt the PAT.
Yeah, attempting the PAT looks to be Cesar Avilar Sosa as he is the place kicker. His kick is up. It is straight. It is good. Titans go up 7-0 with 28.9 seconds left in the first quarter. And wow, Ian, how does it feel to have a lead?
It's actually very exciting, Varun, and this Titan team looks really, really good. And I'm very excited to see how the rest of this game plays out, and the storyline of Aiden and Henry Fleckner a little bit right here.
All right, we're going to bring you a quick replay here. This is the touchdown run. Give me a second here. Here's the touchdown. Yeah, one touch all the way in. Easy pickings.
Is he committed to UVA or?
Yeah, I've heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad.
So the Titans now going to kick off now just their second touchdown in our broadcasting of this year as they go up 7-0.
First Trey Hayes touchdown of the year.
Exactly.
Sorry.
First Trey Hayes touchdown that we have gotten to announce. Feels very nice. Hayes a superstar for this Titan team as Rockridge is going to try to answer now with their option offense. Very interested to see what's going on with Aiden Dolan. Confused, to be honest. As
there's a lot of coaches talking to him, players coming up and putting their arms around him, almost as if he actually was benched, and they're trying to not console, but I guess console.
I mean, he did have some accuracy issues, but
I didn't think he played bad.
Yeah, here's the kickoff now from Padilla. It's going to be caught at the 27-yard line and returned.
He just ran into
good return here as they've got some space here up the left side. Jaden Hickey has a chance to get him. He won't. But he will be tackled down at the 42-yard line. The play made there by Jared Barker, number 84.
That's a really good return there. Actually, he actually ran into his own returner or one of his blockers on that play. Almost a throwback to the butt fumble by the New York Jets and New England Patriots. But nonetheless, he bounced back up and was able to gain about an extra 25 after the play and showed some real speed on that as he was able to get to the corner.
Dolan was 2 for 5 for 4 yards. He did overthrow a few guys, but there was a huge drop there by Thomas Williams. So I'm not totally sure, but here is Lightner now with some good field position. Ball at the Titan 44 on 1st and 10. Here is Lightner now. He's going to drop back and throw it over the middle. Caught. And a first down and more down to the 35-yard line of the Titans. A gain of about 12-13 on the play. Catch made by Raimundo Avalos. He'll get a first down.
That's, I think, how Rockridge is going to beat you. I think they keep doing all these run packages, and then there's just quick outlet passes for as Dominion is pressing up on the line and does not have a lot of help in the middle of the field with linebackers showing run help.
Here's Lightner now, keeps himself. He's going to pitch it at the last second, and a beautiful decision as that pitch gained a first down. Down to the Titan 10-yard line.
I really thought Jimmy Chris got his hand in there for that block.
Aiden Emmanuel on the run there.
If you have Jimmy Chris flying at you in the air with his right paw punching at your right arm
I would not be able to make that pitch.
I don't know if I'd be able to, one, make that pitch or hold on to that ball.
Here we are at the end of the first quarter. Titans up 7-2.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break here. We'll be right back with the second quarter. I think. Hang on.
Hi, welcome to Loudoun Valley Floors. We are an independently owned company founded in 1991, and we have 2 showrooms, one in Ashburn and one in Purcellville. Our motto is honesty, integrity, and punctuality, and we strive to deliver exceptional service based on our motto. We want to make sure that we give honest advice based on your needs and not just what we think that you should have in your home. We have an incredible selection of products from leading manufacturers in carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, everything that you can think of. We run our company with the same family values as when we started in 1991, and our referrals and reputation certainly reflect that. We are the recipient of the Best of Loudoun for flooring and carpet care for the last 14 years running. So we hope you'll come see us.
the Titans getting the ball back, or it's going to tie the game up. But you have to. It is still very early here in the game with 10:46 left in the second quarter. So. Chant and homecoming night or the night before homecoming, but homecoming football game night is always a very, very popular night for the Dominion students, as many food trucks are out there and the parade for the kids to go and attend is now it looks like D Block is completely full, which is the first time we can say that this year. So very exciting to see them out here and in full force.
Here come the Phoenix now, and the Titans are putting on a show for their fans. 10:46 left in the first half. Here is Leitner now. He'll line up in the single back formation. Leitner on 4th and 1 is going to pitch it out. The Titans are trying to play this correctly. It doesn't look like they will, and the Rockridge Phoenix will score a touchdown. Reese Fye scores from 2 yards out, and now it's 7-6. Ian, what are you thinking?
I don't want to compliment Rockridge too much, but I think that's actually a really, really good play called right there. It's not something they've really done a lot so far, is that long pitch. I mean, that we've been doing that all night with Trey Hayes, but they've mainly had these short option plays and quarterback runs up the middle, so I think that's a really good play call in order to punch it in from 2 yards away.
Here is the kick now. It's up and it's good. And that'll tie the game up as Reese Fye's touchdown from 2 yards out makes this a 7-7 game. All right, now it's time for Henry Fleckner. Will it be Henry Fleckner or will it be Aiden Dolan? Not entirely sure yet, but we will find out very soon.
It's really frustrating never to be able to know throughout the entire season, isn't it, man?
Who the quarterback is. We've seen Donheimer come in at times. We've seen Fleckner. We've seen Dolan. And we've also seen Trey Hayes every now and then. But
that's mainly in Wildcat packages and stuff like that. But they're not afraid to let him sling the ball.
No, they are not. He threw one pass earlier this year that was greatly overthrown, but nevertheless,
kid's got a cannon.
He's got a cannon. Here is Henry Fleckner. Doesn't have his helmet on, and I don't see Aiden Dolan down on the sideline as of now, looking for him currently. But the Titans are about ready to receive this kick. Looking for Dolan. Not seeing him out there, so interested to see how this is going to continue for Dominion, as number 8, Aiden Dolan, has been replaced, it looks like, for number 10, Henry Fleckner, the freshman. And here is the kickoff from the 40-yard line by the Rockridge kicker, wearing all white, a white shirt with red pants. Beautiful jerseys for the Rockridge Phoenix, aren't they? As the kick is a little bit short, it's going to be caught at the 24-yard line. Looking for a return here, and the Titans are going to get down to the 36-yard line as Jake Sanderson, I think, they're on the return. Ian, what do you think? Let's do our weekly fashion watch. What are you thinking of these uniforms? Titans coming out in the black and silver. Everyone knows our opinion on those. We love them. But the Rockridge Phoenix looking mighty sharp in their white and maroon.
I think these might be two of the better jerseys in our conference, Varun. Maybe I do like the classic, the Riverside powder blue jerseys.
Those are very, very nice.
Those are very cool. But these, I like just like the white and black with a little chrome on the helmet. That's always one of my favorite ways to go. And I know, actually, I think I like the Rockridge home jerseys more than their away ones. But these are some very cool jerseys too. But can't go wrong with black and silver ever. All
right, now it looks like Aiden Dolan is back at quarterback. He's going to get in the gun, and he's going to hand it off to Demetrius Summers. Summers looking for room. He's going to find nothing. Brought down behind the line for a gain of 4. Titan running backs not really finding success when they extend plays behind the line of scrimmage.
No, they're not, and I wonder what the thinking is to go away from Trey Hayes on that play. Maybe just to change it up a little bit, but I don't know why you go away from someone that's just having his way running the ball so far tonight. As I think, honestly, Varun, on that last play, I think maybe or on that last drive, sorry, is that Woodard and the coaching staff just wanted to talk to Dolan a little bit and maybe just give him like an instruction, maybe point some stuff out too about the Rockridge defense that they're seeing that maybe Dolan is not really seeing when he was out on the field. So, but he's back now and under center.
Tied 7-7 now, 2nd and 15 for the Titans. It's going to be a direct snap to Hayes, and Hayes is going to power forward, get not too much there, a gain of maybe 1 on the play as the Rockridge Phoenix swarmed towards the ball with 9.5 minutes left in the first half. Titans tied up here in their homecoming game. Interesting to see what happens with this quarterback situation the rest of the season. Does Dolan keep the job? Does Fleckner emerge? Do we see Trey Hayes, or do we see even Jake Donheimer return to his starting position, one that he had earlier in the year? 3rd and 13 now for Dominion. Jaden Hickey split out to the near side closest to us as the ball is spotted at the 36-yard line of the Titans, trying to answer the Reese Fight touchdown by Rock Ridge. Dolan in the gun after a Trey Hayes run for 2 yards. 3rd and 13. Mason Ward is going to line up as a little bit of a halfback, but before that, the Titans are going to take their second timeout of the half. Interesting decision there.
Yeah, it really is, especially on this 3rd and long right here. I really want them to do some more throwing of the ball here for tonight. Heritage is finally starting to zero in a little bit here on this drive. A little bit as I think they kind of noticed the quarterback inconsistency as Fleckner was in, and I think they're kind of realizing a little bit that maybe some uncomfortableness at the quarterback position here for the Titans. And I want them to just, even if right here they don't convert and don't get the first down, at least they're still keeping them honest a little bit. But on that last drive, they really just ran the ball down the throat of the opposition, and I think Rockridge really adjusted to that so far and have gotten nothing with both those runs by Summers and Trey Hayes. So the Titans marching back out onto the field now. Rockridge also coming on the opposite side. About 3rd and 13 here for the Titans as Dolan is coming back out onto the field as well.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. 3rd and 13. 9 minutes left. Tied up 7-7. Here are the Titans' huge 3rd down here for Dominion. Here is Dolan in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got time. He's going to launch it down the field. He's got Waysgrass open. Little bit too far there. Incomplete on the play. The accuracy issues continue for Aiden Dolan.
They really are using Thomas Waysgrass in a true wide receiver role. Almost like actually not almost, like as a spread out tight end. And he's completely branched out in wide out positions. They're running seams up the middle to him constantly, and that's his 3rd target on the night already, and isn't able to haul anything down. Most of those not his fault. One of them, I think maybe there was a chance, but still not a very easy catch, as he would have had to go up and really climb the ladder to get it, as the Titans are having to punt again here on 4th and 13.
Yeah, they're going to punt it here. Here is, looks like Marvin Padilla, I think, is out there to punt. Or is it Caesar now? Can't see the number from here. But nevertheless, he's going to catch at the 25-yard line and get it off. Another close punt, as this one's going to go out of bounds at the Rock Ridge 39-yard line, as the defense is going to come out onto the field here and try to keep this a tied game. 8:46 left in the first half. Titans tied with the Rock Ridge Phoenix 7-7 in. What does this Dominion defense need to do?
Like we've been saying all night, just stop the run. It's really straightforward. It's not that complicated. And, I mean, obviously it's easier said than done, but you have Mason Ward, Trey Hayes in coverage here, and you have Aiden Dolan actually playing more as like a linebacker tonight, as they don't have many wide receivers branched out to help in this Rockridge offense. So Dolan's actually more of a linebacker right now. So just keep pressing up on the run, maybe have like a spy here for anything short.
Here is the run now up the right side, and the quarterback is going to make a huge run there, a first down and more on the option, as the Titans are starting to get worn down by this running game, Ian.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you let teams hang around, Varun, and this is what I was trying to say. It happens in soccer all the time. It's a game where when you let teams hang around in any sport, you let bad teams hang around, or teams that you should beat hang around. It gives them life and it gives them confidence, and one score, or like we saw earlier, can really just shift the momentum of the game. Is it 7-7 right now, and Rockridge has a lot of momentum going for them.
Here is Rockridge now, first down and 10 from the 44. They'll bring a man in motion, and then they're going to hand it up. No, it's going to be a keeper by the quarterback, and he's going to lose one on the play there. Swarmed by the Dominion defense.
Yeah, we had almost five or six Titans on him when it was all said and done after the play. So he had nowhere to go, as he will lose about 1 or 2 yards on that play.
What do you think the Titans need to do for the rest of this game to. I mean, this is a unequivocally huge game for them. You have to win this. It's homecoming. You're against a team that's maybe not as good as the ones you've seen before. You're heading into the second half of the year. You need to capitalize on this opportunity.
Oh yeah, especially when you're heading into some of these lesser teams. You need to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, especially if you want this season to be called a success in Woodard's first year.
And here is the run now up the right side. It's going to be stopped after a gain of 1, maybe 2. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 as the Titans try to get off this field.
I think he actually just got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and... Actually, it looks like 3rd and 9 now, as Mason's asking for a lot of instruction here from the coaches. And we have 4 Dominion coaches making signals all the way over for defensive set here for the Titans. I think they're going to sag off a little bit on this play.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get burned by a pass by any chance because... Listen,
you got to get off the field.
Exactly,
on this play.
You have to get off the field and give your offense another chance. As it's 3rd and 9 now, 3rd and long for the Rockridge Phoenix. 7 minutes left in the first half. Titans tied 7-7 with the Phoenix. Here they come now in their usual formation. Not sure exactly how to describe it. They have the...
It's not a real shape.
It looks like a diamond almost in the backfield as they line up under center. He's going to drop back and pass now just a little bit too high for the receiver on the play. Jared Barker as the pass goes incomplete. And the Titans looks like they're going to force a punt.
That's the same play that we've been talking about all night, Varun, and it's not that easy to defend against because constantly Rockridge finds themselves running the ball right up the seam or pitching it or on like a read option and running slightly outside the numbers, but nothing much. And right there, you get a play action, and everyone on the field thinks it's a run because 90% of the time it is, and you just get a quick throw out to a wide-open wide receiver who, frankly, that play should have been completed, and Rockridge should still have a fresh set of downs as they're lining up for a 4th and 9 now.
Here is Leitner now. He's going to power forward, but he's not going to get the first down there, even after the second effort, as they are going to force a turnover on downs. The Titans are going to get onto the field.
Well done there by the Titans to force that turnover on downs. As we're trying to see who's coming out at quarterback right now.
It looks like Dolan. I can see him on the...
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I just missed him.
32-yard line. He's looking to get some signals here. So it looks like he is going to be the quarterback for now at the very least. We will see as the Titans try to continue to find some stability at the position. 6.5 minutes left in the first half. Titans tied up 7-7 with the Rockridge Phoenix. Here is Dolan. He's going to line up in the gun. 2 receivers to the near side. Dolan's going to take the snap and give it to Hayes. Hayes on the counter, looking for some room, trying to get to the corner. He will. Trey Hayes gets 5-6 yards, maybe 7 on the play before being pushed out of bounds. There is a flag down back at the 36-yard line, and we'll see what the penalty is. It's going to be a hold against Dominion. Again, those penalties coming back and costing Dominion.
I mean, Trey Hayes got, 6-7 yards on that first down carry right there? And it's not even a play where there was a big hole for him to run through. He just makes plays happen. So, honestly, if you're Dominion, stop trying to do so much. You have Trey Hayes against a Rockridge run defense who has shown that they really cannot stop him all night long. And even though they've done well against some other rushers like Dolan or Summers, they haven't been able to stop Trey. Stop trying to do so much. Yes, block for him. I'm not saying don't block for him, but I'm saying you don't need to make a world-class block for Trey Hayes to get 5 or 6 yards and consistently pound this ball up the middle of this Rockridge defense.
Indeed.
But now it's 1st and 20.
Here are the Titans now on 1st and 20. Long way to go. Here's Dolan in the gun. Summers next to him. He's going to drop back. He's going to have some time. He's going to throw it right side. Nope. Deep ball. Incomplete. Aiden Dolan unable to find his deep ball so far tonight.
Nah, his deep accuracy has been way off the mark so far. He has actually looked pretty good with his short and middle distance accuracy, and I'm kind of questioning why they're going away from that so much. Even if it's just chipping away a little bit at this it was a 1st and 20, not some insane yardage where you're looking at a 2nd and 30 or something like that. It's not manageable, but it's a situation that you can definitely chip away at and make it easier. But instead, we're looking at a 2nd and 20 here with Trey Hayes lined up at quarterback.
Interesting here to see Hayes at quarterback.
No, sorry, it's Dolan.
I just
saw the number 4 for a second.
He's going to pitch it to Summers. Summers looking for room up the right side. He's got it. He's going to power forward down to the 38-yard line before being brought down. So a little bit of a gain there for the Titans as they make it a little bit more of a manageable 3rd down.
I want him to throw the ball here, Varun.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is you haven't found any success throwing the ball.
Just like a middle accuracy thing. Get the ball close to midfield and just honestly go for it at this point.
Here come the Titans now. Here is Dolan now in the gun. Summers to his left. 3 receivers. Trips to the far side. 1 receiver to the near side. It's going to be Jaden Hickey. Here is Dolan. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got room. He's going to run for it. Dolan looking for room. He's going to get the first down before stepping out of bounds.
That's fine, though. That's fine, though. It's going to be a late hit, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a late hit on Rockridge, and that's going to add 15 yards.
That's actually really... It's not
good per se, but it's
good. It's good. As that's going to tack on some yards. But Dolan, I doubt he did this on purpose, but he actually stepped out of bounds and just kept running. And a Rockridge player, thinking maybe the play was still going on, lowered the shoulder into Dolan, and it looks like it's going to be unnecessary. Yeah, it's a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the Rockridge Phoenixes. And I don't want to say I feel bad, but that's really unfortunate for the Phoenix, as he doesn't really realize that Aiden Dolan's out of bounds, and Dolan looks like he's going to the house. You got to make that tackle. So actually works out really well for the Titans, as that's going to give us probably an extra 15 yards here.
Yeah, Titans are going to move down, having great field position now. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Titans with a great chance to break this tie here. 1st and 10 for them, 7-7. Ball at the 32, 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Dolan in the gun now. It's tight formation. It's going to be a little pitch here to Mason Word on the jet sweep. He's got blockers. He's got room. He's going to get the first down and more. Mason Word cutting to the 10-yard line, as he's going to be brought down at about the 9 there. First down for the Titans, and they're driving now.
Yeah, they're looking good. I think that penalty gave them some momentum. Or, actually, I take that back. That Aiden Dolan run, scramble for a first down after being faced with a 2nd and 20, gave them momentum. And looks like the Titans have a lot of energy as they were sprinting into that huddle, and some guys jumping up and down, and one guy punching his fist in the air. So the Titans now line up. Dolan still in, obviously. And the Titans with 3 wide receivers out now, so we'll hopefully see a little pass right here.
Here is Dolan in the gun. Hayes next to him. It's a high snap, and they're going to give it to Hayes on the direct snap. Here is Hayes looking for the end zone. He is going to get it. Runs over a Rockridge player as he powers into the end zone, and the cheers from D-Block are loud, folks. 13-7 now the score, barring the extra point.
Really, I think that's a really good, successful drive there for the Titans. Obviously, a touchdown is a successful drive, but I'm talking about the plays going up into that touchdown, as we have more chance coming from D-Block, as lots of people jumping up and down. We love to see that, obviously, as there is an injury on the field. Titan training staff all around him here, as Titans are taking a knee, as they always do with every injury, either them or the opponent.
Not sure who the player is.
Too many people surrounding him right now. Actually looks like a Rockridge Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, the white jersey is clear. It looks to be number 11 on the Phoenix.
2 replays.
All right, we're going to get some replays now for you on the video stream. You can see here the huge run by Mason Ward, as Trey Hayes leading the way on the block, getting some nice cushion for Ward before he was brought down. And then after that, the touchdown, Hayes just really showed that all by himself. As you can see here, it's a direct snap here. They've done that 2 times tonight, and he just cut back into the middle of the field, got a little bit of a block there by number 13, and then he ran over Aiden Emanuel on his way to the end zone. Titans with 121 yards so far in this game.
Trey Hayes is really embarrassing this Rockridge offense so far, Varun, and he is really having a field day with them, as it's not even the 2nd quarter yet, and he is, north of 100 yards at this point?
Yeah, he definitely is showing off his abilities as a runner tonight and as an athlete. Here is the place kick. It is blocked. The Titans are unable to get the place kick off, so it's going to be 13-7 the score after Trey Hayes gets into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
I've said it all night, and they're taking a really unnecessarily long time with these kicks, Varun. The punt is taking a long time, and it's almost been blocked twice now. And when I say almost, that's an understatement. There's 4 Phoenixes inches away, and that right there, that was blocked, and it's taking a long time for them to get these plays off, as we have some stat updates coming for you. Trey Hayes not at that 100-yard mark yet, but he's averaging 8.8 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns already. So hopefully you started Trey Hayes in your Loco Sports Fantasy League.
Yeah, if you started him right now, you've got a lot of points. He's got 11 rushes, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The key thing, as the Titans are up 13-7 over the Rockridge Phoenix. Overall, Titans still struggling with penalties as they've got 6 for 55 yards. Rockridge also has those issues as well. They got 4 for 25 yards themselves. Aiden Dolan has completed 2 out of 7 passes for 4 yards. Not the greatest completion percentage, but he's been leading this Titan team, although you could say that's largely because of Trey Hayes.
Oh, yeah. And 8.8 yards per carry at this point in a game, Varun. Like, obviously, you'll see that early in the games, but we're almost at halftime of this game, and Trey Hayes is still almost having double digits per carry right now.
Yeah, and, we talk about that Aiden Dolan stat line. He's had receivers open as they've been focusing so much on the run. He just has to hit some more plays than he has so far. 4:53 left in the first half as the Titans get ready to kick off. Here is the kick now. It's going to be a little squibber dropped by the Rockridge player, and he's going to be brought down at the 37-yard line as Titans haven't really been able to establish that kicking game so far this year.
No, and it is hard when your kicker gets injured because that's not really something teams prepare for a lot.
Exactly.
And you don't really not many teams, if any teams, really have a backup kicker. It's more of an emergency kicker. And if you're lucky, you'll have a one that can do the job just well enough, and the Titans are having some struggles with that, but not really on the punting end, as they've actually done pretty well with that so far, as they're actually getting some good punts off, but it's on these flat kicks they're having some trouble with, as Melvin has not played at all this season.
Here come the Rockridge Phoenix now trying to answer the Trey Hayes touchdown ball spotted at the 36-yard line. And here is Leitner. He's going to give it up the middle, and there's going to be no gain there. Stopped after no gain at all, it looks like. So the Titans are going to improve that run defense a little bit with 4.5 minutes left in the first half.
So actually, game's moving pretty quick for Varun with all this rushing.
Yeah, not a lot of passing so far.
The penalties are slowing it down a little bit also,
right.
But Dominion really doing a really good job with their run game so far.
Yeah, here are the Phoenix now on 2nd and 9 from the 38-yard line. Leitner comes in his position, brings a man, Emmanuel in motion. He's going to pass now. Jimmy Chris coming there. It's going to be tipped at the last second, nearly completed, but the Titans make a beautiful defensive play there as
Deshaun Crawley?
Deshaun Crawley made the tip there. Thank you, Ian. 4 minutes left, and I'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Really good play to get that paw up and in there to tip that ball out of the way. That was actually a pretty well-placed throw by Elliot Leitner on that play. So really well done as they're trying to, once again, do that quick under 1 second release up the seam to a wide receiver as they're trying to exploit this Titan defense using almost all their linebackers to try to prevent the run.
Jared Barker was the intended receiver on the play as the Titans now trying to get off the field once again. 3rd and 9. They'll stack the line. Here is Leitner. He's going to bring a man in motion, and he's going to pitch it to the right side. And the run is going to be stopped there. A flag thrown on the play. Not sure what it is. But for now, the Titans look to have forced a 3rd down stop. Raimundo Avalos on the play there.
I wonder if that's going to be against the Nope, offensive holding. So that'll bring them back.
If they accept the penalty, let's say if they do, and it's going to be declined, and they'll make it 4th and 9.
It's probably a good play there by Woodard to decline that.
Yeah, now you just have your punting unit come out, and even if they do rush, try to get the first down, with them exclusively running, you're not really getting a huge advantage. Trey Hayes has 3 tackles so far, as he is a stalwart on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 9, 3:58 left in the first half. 13-7 the score as the Titans lead after 2 touchdowns by Trey Hayes.
Timeout here by the Titans.
Not entirely sure why.
That's their final timeout of the night already, as they're still probably going to get the ball back here at some point, even if Rockridge is able to convert this 4th and 9. So
yeah, they're going to have one more chance here for Dolan to lead a drive here, trying to get some more points.
Long time out here as Rockridge is taking. Titans are already coming back out onto the field, but Rockridge is taking a long time with this, taking advantage of the Titans calling their timeout. They're taking a long time. It looks like the refs are starting to signal them out a little bit. They're still over there.
This is a very long timeout.
Really long timeout by Rockridge. Yeah, refs are whistling, getting their attention.
Yeah, you rarely see a team almost abuse the privilege of a timeout this much, but nevertheless, they're going to come out here on 4th and 6 now.
Probably means Rockridge is actually doing something different than a pound the ball up the middle, read option, or quick.
I mean, let's see if they even...
It
looks like a punt here, but we may
to
see
have that
fake.
long of a conversation.
And listen, yeah, you've kind of given it away. Let's see what they do here. Yep, and here they go. They try to hand it off, but looks like they have a lane, and it's going to be brought down short. Titans stop the Dejon Corley run short of the first down there. So they will take over on downs. They have good field position for Aiden Dolan and Trey Hayes to work and maybe make this a bigger lead before halftime.
Varun, I'm sorry. That was such a terrible play call. It's so obvious. They had it. They were
huddled for 45 seconds. You're not just punting.
On a 4th and 10, huddled for nearly over like a minute, and then you send your punting unit out on the field? Like, come on. Are you kidding me? I'm a, senior year high school broadcaster? Come on, man.
We guessed what was happening.
Come on.
And Coach Woodard is extremely animated on the sideline, not entirely sure. Here's Dolan now in the gun.
Definitely wants to take advantage of that.
Yeah. No, it looks like it's Fleckner now, as Mason Word is going to get rocked on the throw by Fleckner. And we're going to see, wow, they're flip-flopping quarterbacks again. Not sure why.
I mean,
I don't understand this.
Okay, yes, Dolan has not had consistency with his accuracy. Yes, Fleckner has shown that he can play well against some good teams, but he's still also a freshman quarterback.
I mean, we talked about Fleckner. He hasn't had incredible statistics.
No, he has not. But he's also played much harder opponents. You have to remember that.
That is fair. That is fair.
But what I'm also trying to say is, you almost have to establish some kind of consistency. And switching quarterbacks, obviously, you're trying to get the best one in, but you need to be consistent with your choices. The team goes around them.
Yeah, here is a handoff now to Trey Hayes. Wow. That's consistency, as Trey Hayes is going to get the first down. He's going to be tripped up.
Varun, how big was that gap?
Oh, about big enough for me to slide through, and I'm a pretty small man myself.
There were 2 Phoenixes in the backfield on that play, and that handoff was so delayed. It's super impressive to see the explosiveness for Trey Hayes to be able to get another 10 yards on a carry.
Here he is again. Hayes looking for the edge. Stiff arms one guy, but he's going to be brought down behind the line. There was the Rockridge number 11 cornerback Ryan Saleh came up for the tackle.
What do you...
The quarterback choices is really befuddling.
I'm sitting... I know both you and I are sitting here confused at the decision, whether it's... I almost say choose one. Yes, you want your best quarterback in. Yes, maybe you don't know who that is at this moment.
Maybe it's obvious passing situations. It's Fleckner, and in other situations, it's
Fleckner really hasn't thrown the ball. That's his second throw of the night, is it not?
Yeah, that is true. He's going to take the snap here, and he's going to have something. He's going to have to throw now. He's going to throw right side, looking for Jaden Hickey. It's going to be tipped.
How about some pass interference? Yeah, there it is.
And we have a flag thrown on the play, as it's going to be a flag. Not a spot foul as it is in the NFL, so the Titans aren't going to get down to about the 6-yard line where the flag was thrown, but nevertheless, they're going to have some good field position here.
I was about to say, he was hit very early on that play, and he was not able to get that catch, or not even able to get a chance at that catch, as I thought he was hit early, and Jaden Hickey got up all pumped up. Mason Ward came over and gave him a high five as they had a little chest bump there right after the play, and it looks like they're discussing the penalty a lot right here.
Hickey talking to the refs. He's looking back now, not
making sure this is getting called. I think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, it's going to be pass interference on the defense. The Titans, they're going to decline the penalty, as it's going to be, they're also going to call roughing the passer.
That's why.
On the Rockridge Phoenix, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Dominion. Penalties have been really one of the huge stories of the game so far.
I think it's been the biggest story, maybe with the exception of Trey Hayes. It's been the biggest storyline in this game so far.
Can't forget about Trey Hayes, one of the most dynamic players in the county. 12 rushes, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns so far today.
You have to remember how impressive that is with the fact that on some of these rushes, he's losing yards.
Right. And on most of these rushes, they know the ball's going to hit.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't a situation where...
And they have guys wide open on the far end of the field if the Titans can get this play off.
Here, they're not going to get it off on time. Here is Fleckner from the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. He's going to give it to Hayes. Hayes with a huge gap, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of 4, maybe 5.
I mean, if you just do that every single time, Varun, And Trey Hayes is very capable of that. Even if you are getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage or losing 1 or 2 occasionally, Trey Hayes is just going to come back with another, like, 6.
Yeah, that is true. He has had a lot of success so far coming up the middle. That's going to bring up a...
there is a flag on the play, though, on the far side of the field.
It's going to be... They're going to pick it up, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, no penalty on the play.
Looks about... Except... It still says 1st and 10, but that can't be right.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for Dominion now. 2:38 left in the first half as Fleckner comes out. Hayes is on the sideline for the snap, so Demetrius Summers is going to come in at running back. Here is Fleckner. He's going to take the snap. He's looking. He's going to get hit and brought down there, sacked on the play. It looks like Jimmy Chris fell on him afterwards, so that's never what you want to see as 2.5 minutes are left in the first half. Just wanted to remind you that we will have an interview with DeAndre Reeves coming up at halftime, exclusively on the DHSpress.com broadcast. So 2 minutes and 15 seconds left as we're approaching the 2-minute warning. Fleckner trying to see if he can lead a drive for the Titans as it's now 3rd and 7, ball at the 17-yard line. Here is Fleckner in the gun. He's got Hayes beside him, and he's going to drop it back, give it to Hayes. Thomas Bracegrass leads a crushing block, and Hayes is going to power forward. I think he got the first down there.
100% got the first
marker, so that'll make it a first down for Dominion.
Great block there by Thomas Waysgrass. Just an absolute crunching block.
He talked a couple weeks ago about how his role in the offense was to be a lead blocker, and he showed it right there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Under 2 minutes now in the first half, as the score 13-7. Dominion threatening now with the ball at the 10-yard line. Here's here's Fleckner. He's gonna give it to Hayes.
Oof.
Hayes is gonna be brought.
No,
he's not down. Penalty there. But he's going to power forward for 2 yards. What an incredible play by Trey Hayes to keep his balance. I feel like we say this every play, but my goodness, what a player.
I really don't want to be that repetitive, but I feel like I have to give him the credit that he deserves for making a play like that. It is a 2-yard run, but he had 2 Rockridge Phoenixes, I'm not exaggerating, hanging on his back on that play. One of them in front of him, and he picked him up by his jersey, and as he was going down, put his arm down for balance, and just got up and drove for 2 extra yards on that play to actually make it a positive gain and not a loss of yardage.
Yeah, we're going to see what the penalty is here. Has not been called just yet. Waiting to get a signal from the referees as trying to see what's going to happen. They're moving the ball up, so it looks like it's going to be on the Phoenix. And they're going to put the ball at the 5-yard line. So Titans have 5 yards to go with 1:41 left in the first half. It's going to be a face mask, it looks like. It's going to be a face mask on the Rockridge Phoenix. And here is Fleckner now from the gun. It's going to be a direct snap to Hayes. Hayes looking for room. Jukes one man, looking for the edge. He's going to get it. Touchdown, Trey Hayes. His 3rd of the game.
He is something special.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Just another pitch to him on the or I guess that's a direct snap, but just letting him run outside the numbers and letting him turn the corner is just such a dangerous thing with Trey Hayes, and you can never let that happen. As Titans now line up for an extra point. I wonder if they go for 2 to make it up, but it does not look like it.
It doesn't look like it. Yeah, they're going to kick the extra point again. You might want to go for 2 at some point in the game. Try to chase the points that you mixed up because, with a new kicker, you never know. But we'll see Donheimer with the hold. Here is Cesar Avilar-Sosa trying to make it a 20-7 ball game. The snap is high. The kick is up. It is good. And the Titans go up 20-7 with 1.5 minutes left in the first half.
And once again, that kick was nearly blocked.
Yeah, you can see here on the touchdown, Trey Hayes juked a man out of his shoes, and then he just got to the end zone, stuck the ball out to the pylon. My goodness, what a player.
What do his stats look like right now, Varun?
They are very good, I can tell you that. Trey Hayes has looked spectacular so far. 3 touchdowns on the day for the Dominion running back, and for a guy who didn't know if he would be playing as a tight end this year, he's really made an impact in the senior year.
Yeah, and it's great to have him back out on the field after a short span at another school. It's great to have him back on this Titan offense.
You asked for his stats. Here they are. Trey Hayes, 16 attempts, 124 rushing yards, 7.8 yards per carry,
only 7.8.
Only 7.8. I mean, he's really slacking. I think
really
he's
not even in the double digits. But I mean, to think about the fact we could be looking at a 250-yard rushing game for Trey Hayes with 6 touchdowns.
Think about this. In the second half, they're going to run the ball more. Because if they keep the lead that they have, they're going to be running the ball more than they have now. Although it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to run it more than you have so far.
And if they do keep going up by this amount, and if this keeps track, you might see some backups kind of come in for Dominion later in the game, as it is homecoming and they want to get people a chance to play.
Right. 1:28 left in the first half. 20-7 the score as the Titans lead after the third touchdown by Trey Hayes. Can't forget his name at all. Here's the kick now. It's a short kick. It's going to be caught at the 24-yard line. Return now by Rockridge. Their return is going to be spun around and then brought down. No, he's got his balance still, but he's going to keep his balance and go down only at about the 36-yard line there. So good return by the Rockridge returner. We've got 1:17 left in the first half, and then after that, we've got an interview coming up with DeAndre Reeves. Ball's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line of the Phoenix as they're going to try to respond here. Spotted at the 36, and Titans trying to make sure that this lead doesn't get trimmed at all. 13 points to go. 1:17 left in the first half as the Titans have had a spectacular showing here on homecoming, trying to get their first win of the year. Here is Leitner now in that option formation. He's going to drop back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to throw right side. Incomplete.
I wonder if we'll see a flag on that play. It looks like that far side, or the deep official almost was reaching in his pocket. It is the actual far side official actually waved him off on that play. So great coverage there by, blanking on the name, sorry, Deshaun Crawley. I can't believe I forgot that name. It's
Deshaun Crawley.
He stands out with his red gloves and the short sleeves that he wears also. So
there are some players on this Titan team that like to accessorize, and I got to say, you like to see it. It looks great.
And it actually helps us a lot because you get to know those cues. I can't believe I blanked on that. That's one that I feel like I know very well, Varun. I'm actually very disappointed.
Here's Leitner now, 2nd and 10, 1:11 left in the first half. He's going to bring a man in motion, and then he's going to drop back. No, he's going to run. Looking for room up the right side. He's got some, and then he's going to power over Trey Hayes. Wow, that takes a strong man, and he's going to get over to the Dominion side of the field down at the 48-yard line. It takes some serious strength to knock over Trey Hayes like he did right there.
It does, and that's not something you see a lot. So, that just makes Trey Hayes' game unsuccessful.
I mean, listen, once you got 150 yards, but if you get knocked over even one time, you're not going to keep. Under a minute to go now, 54 seconds. Surprising Rockridge isn't calling a timeout here or going in a hurry up. But here they are trying to run a play here. Here's Leitner in that option formation. He's going to take the snap. He's going to throw a quick side, right side, nearly intercepted by Deshaun Crawley, but really bad decision there by Leitner.
Who was that pass to, Vern?
Not really sure.
It's like they were trying to do that. They were obviously trying to do that quick up the seam kind of thing as they've been doing all game, but the wide receiver either did not turn or Leitner did not know the routes on that play as that ball was just thrown directly at Crawley.
Titans really dominating the score right now and the yardage as they've got 177 yards to Rockridge's 90. They've run 32 plays to Rockridge's 24. Aiden Durham is only 2 for 7 for 4 yards. But the story of this game has been Trey Hayes. 39 seconds left in the first half, 2nd and 10. Here is Leitner. Jimmy Chris imposing. He's going to drop back to pass. Jimmy Chris is coming down. He knocks out a guy.
Intercepted.
And it's an interception there by Trey Hayes.
Wow.
What can you say about him that hasn't been said already? 3 touchdowns and now an interception. And it looks like the Titans. If you're the Titans, do you try to do anything with the time you have left, or do you just take a knee and say, let's go to halftime with the 13-point lead?
32 seconds. Your quarterbacks haven't had a ton of success tonight. I think you take a knee at this point.
Yeah, I think you have to.
No timeouts as well.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking a knee now. Not entirely sure. Is there a
Jaden Hickey getting up slow or
no? There looks to be a player on the far side of the field.
Oh, I can't believe the little pole right here on the window blocked it a little bit.
Near the Rockridge 42-yard line, it looks like, is where the
Phoenix is down.
Phoenix player is down. Looks like it happened on that interception there. Let's take a look and see. We have a replay coming up here of that interception. They come out in that option formation. Leitner drops back. Jimmy Christ absolutely pulverizes him. You can see there right at about the 45. And that pass just floated up long enough for Trey Hayes to come up like a center fielder and nab it.
Oh, yeah. Great play there by Trey Hayes and Jimmy Christ. I mean, it's hard to make a good throw when you have a 6'7" UVA commit sprinting down the heart of
that does make it difficult.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to deliver an accurate ball into double coverage. So not the greatest decision there by Elliot Leitner, but great for the Titans as it looks like maybe they'll have a chance to get down there and maybe make something happen, but it'll be hard with 32 seconds and 0 timeouts and not a lot of success going on at the quarterback position so far.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to come out onto the field now. Yeah, Fleckner's going to come out to the field now, number 10, the freshman quarterback. Really shown some promise so far.
Yes, he has.
Limited action, albeit. So he's going to come out now. They're going to line up in the gun. Here is Hayes in the backfield, obviously. Not going to be surprised if we see him get the ball here. Let's see. No, but it looks like Fleckner's going to drop back, and he's going to launch a ball to the right side. He's got a man open. It's Parson Nickapur. And Nickapur, falling to the ground, was unable to make the catch, incomplete, and that'll bring up second down.
That's a catch you need to make there, Varun. It was a great throw by Henry Fleckner. On the money. Rasa, if you notice at the end of that play, actually slows up a little bit, and I think it's in anticipation
of a hit,
of that safety coming over to make a hit. And his body didn't really slow up. It was the upper part of his body. So his legs actually ended up out in front of him, and he was reaching almost into a hamstring stretch on the ground to try to make a catch. And if you make a catch like that, that's really impressive. But nonetheless, it's a second and 10 now for the Titans, and it looks like they're going for the end zone here, Varun.
Yeah, I mean, you have Fleckner who can really throw, so let's see what they're able to do. Here he is in the gun, trips to the near side. He's going to take the snap on 2nd and 10. He's got time. He's going to throw. He's got waste grass. It's going to be intercepted. And here come the Rockridge Phoenix returning it. It's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line. And we've got a little bit of time left here as Raimundo Avalos there with the interception. We've seen him take a few handoffs.
And another Phoenix is down on the ground.
Man, they've just been getting decimated by injuries.
They really have. And it's these big hits that the Titans keep delivering. As you and I have both been saying how crushing these hits have been from the Titans, and blocks too, as a flag just got thrown on the field literally seconds ago. And that's a solid 20 to 30 seconds after the play has ended. So either Nat or Dejani, who was talking to the referee that entire time right there, said something, or maybe, it has to be something along those lines.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to call here. Raimundo Avalos is down right now, getting tended to by the trainers.
One of the things I wanted to say was how, look at this interception right here. We had two Titans, not two small Titans. Thomas Waisgrass
was open too, but the safety just came over.
He actually kept going on his route a little bit as the safety saw the flight of the ball just a little bit longer and was able to meet the ball on the undercut and just snag it up for an interception. I wonder
if Eli Armenteros, who was the outside receiver, they were supposed to bring his route out a little bit more outside because they seemed a little bit clumped, and maybe that was why the corner was able to come and jump that route.
Maybe if they, it's hard to tell. Obviously, we have no idea what's supposed to. We're just speculating at this point. But you have two wide receivers there against one Rockridge cornerback on that situation. A good delivered ball. You're either looking at a very, very large gain, depending on where the cornerback chooses to go, and a good delivered ball maybe to the outside there. Especially you don't want to see Eli in the open field. That's scary.
Yeah, the track athlete is a dynamic player. Hasn't really seen the ball much so far, but it looks like Raimundo Avalos is going to walk off under his own power. So that's good to see. It's going to be Rockridge ball after the penalty at the 18-yard line of Dominion. So with 13.8 seconds left, the Titans are going to have to make a bit of a stand here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what they're going to do against this option offense of Rockridge. They've thrown it just enough to make you a little bit apprehensive of sending it.
And they've really started to do it more and more here in the second quarter, and I think it's actually not a bad game plan by Rockridge. Obviously, they kind of have to because it's what their offense is to rush the ball a lot, but they're starting to take advantage of them rushing the ball a lot and do these quick passes up the middle. And even though the accuracy of Leitner is shaky, it's good enough that they're getting big chunks.
Here is Leitner now in the pistol formation. He'll bring a man in motion. He's going to drop back. He's got time to pass. He escapes a sack. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. It's going to be intercepted. Trey Hayes once again seals the halftime score and prevents a potential Rockridge touchdown with his second interception of the game. What can you say about Hayes?
3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions with almost over 120 scrimmage yards. in the first half.
In the first half, let's make it clear that he's done this all in just 2 quarters of football.
We still have a whole another half to play, Vernon.
Oh my goodness, what a play there! As you can see here on this replay, Leitner nearly made a great play there. I mean, he had 2 guys around him.
He had 2 guys actually grabbing onto his jersey. So a really good play there by Leitner to be able to get that play off. It's actually going to be difficult for the Titans to try to take a knee.
As they
are really backed up against their own end zone here.
Yeah,
so
let's see what they're going to do.
Rockledge is going to stack the line as they still have 3 safeties deep. But
Titans are just going to fall forward. There's a flag there on the play. Not sure what that's going to be, but we will get a signal soon.
As we are only down to
2 seconds left in this first quarter. Once again, want to let you know that we'll have DeAndre Reeves, former Titans star, coming on only on dhspress.com. So 2 seconds left. 20-7 the score as Dominion leads. And let's see what this flag is here. A lot of flags so far in this game.
There really has been. We haven't seen this yet this year from this Titan team. A lot of flags like this.
We've seen some periods where they had a lot of flags, but nothing like this where it's been consistent.
Not a large spell like this.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 again, it looks like. Looking at this, haven't gotten a signal yet, so it looks like it's just going to be 1st and 10. Not sure what happened, but 2 seconds left. Titans just trying to get to halftime. You know, this is where you like to see, I've seen this before, where the quarterback takes a snap, runs into the back of the end zone.
I was literally,
and then just
I was just thinking that again.
We're always on a wavelength.
I was thinking of oh my goodness, what did you hit?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, there we
go. Sorry about that. Oh, I was thinking of that Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers, where they just ran out the game with just a holding penalty in the end zone, took a safety, and that was it.
Away. All right, here we go. Titans trying to get to halftime without any mishaps. Here is Dolan in the gun at quarterback. Hayes right beside him. Let's see what's going to happen. Hayes is going to catch it, run forward, and he will get 5, maybe 6 yards before being brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. Ian, a very solid half for the Titans, and it centers around Trey Hayes.
It 100% does, and there's no other way, or there's no other reason why the Titans are dominating as well as they are right now, except for Trey Hayes. And you can say, oh, he's getting these massive holes to run through, but at times he really isn't getting it, and he's just making so
and we have 2 showrooms, one in Ashburn and one in Purcellville. Our motto is honesty, integrity, and punctuality, and we strive to deliver exceptional service based on our motto. We want to make sure that we give honest advice based on your needs and not just what we think that you should have in your home. We have an incredible selection of products from leading manufacturers in carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, everything that you can think of. We run our company with the same family values as when we started in 1991, and our referrals and reputation certainly reflect that. We are the recipient of the Best of Loudon for flooring and carpet care for the last 14 years running. So we hope you'll come see us.
Okay, we are back on. Sorry for the slight technical delays there. Titans up 20-17, 4.5 minutes. Just recapping the scores for anyone who missed it. Musselman up 28-7 over Woodgrove. Brentsville down 6-14 over the Loudoun Valley Vikings. Tuscarora up 17-0 over Briar. Rock Ridge, in our game, obviously, down 20-7 to Dominion. Warren County tied 14-all with Loudoun County. Riverside up 12-2 over the Potomac Falls Panthers. Parkview losing 36-0 to Washington. Stonebridge leading 52-7 over Freedom. John Champ tied scoreless with Osborne Park and Independence playing Osborne and down by 3, 20-17. We're going to stop now for a short commercial break.
How long were we off?
Yeah, it's all right. It's halftime. I can just stop and restart it.
How was that interview?
It was awesome. It sounded great. Yeah.
Did he give good answers?
You gave great answers.
Really?
You can slide this with him under.
Ian, can you bring us that?
What I'll do is
Yeah, I got you.
It'll send it as 2 separate files. I was blend them into one. And then my plan is this week I can put them all up. I'll just put them all up at once. I create an image for you guys, so that way we all have it up there.
How long do we have? Is this like a halftime play now? Or?
No, you only have about another minute. He can talk though.
You want me to? I'll bring us back in. Can you turn mine down a little bit, Vern?
Which one's yours, Vern? This is yours, Ian?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it's probably good. Yeah, that's good.
You got about 50 seconds. Your mic is off. If you want your mic on, you have to turn this on.
Okay. You're going to have to go for it, all right?
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Bear with us for a minute here, folks. Having a little bit of technical difficulty. Should get started here momentarily.
Sorry, I thought you might. 14.
Oh.
All right, looks like we're back in action. About to start the second half here.
Can we get the stats?
Yeah, we get the stats up here for you guys.
Hello and welcome back to the DHS broadcast of the Dominion Titans against the Rock Ridge Phoenixes. I'm Ian Whitfield once again, and here we're going to bring you some stats here to open the half. We have Trey Hayes with 17 attempts for 128 yards, averaging an amazing 7.5 yards per carry and only 3 touchdowns in the first half. So just a small number there, but obviously that's we're kidding here. Mason Word, 1 attempt for 23 yards, so he's actually looking at the averages, having a better game than Trey Hayes. But Henry Fleckner with 2 attempts for 12 yards and 6 as an average as well. Not much in the passing game going for the Titans so far with 2 completions for 7 attempts and 4 yards. But the name of the game so far has obviously been Trey Hayes. He has been absolutely amazing for the Dominion Titans. He is all over on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, and with 2 interceptions and 3 touchdowns, he is single-handedly flipping the game script for the Titans here in this first half. As both teams now are lining back up onto the field right now, the Titans going to get some dynamic stretching in before they come out, and Rockridge still kind of lingering out there as they are losing 22-7 right now. One of the things I want to see personally from Dominion in the second half is, can we get the passing game going? It's obviously Trey Hayes is the name of the game right now, and he is making this Titan team dominate, frankly, on both sides of the ball, as I've mentioned numerous times, and we've said throughout the first half. But I want to see Aiden Dolan or Henry Fleckner, whoever ends up coming out to start the second half, which is also another interesting story script that we're going to want to talk about. But if it is Henry Fleckner, can we get him to settle in this offense? He only has a couple completions so far. And yes, he has thrown 2 good deep balls down the field for the Titans, but he has not really gotten consistency. And Aiden Dolan also still struggling with 2 for 7. He has not been consistent at all, especially with the deep ball. So I want to see Woodard get the quarterbacks a little comfortable. Maybe some quick screen plays to Mason Word, who shines with yards after catch, or maybe a deep ball to Jaden Hickey or Eli, who can really go up and punish teams with the going up and really competing for those jump balls. fouls. So I want to see Aiden Dolan or Henry Fleckner, whoever ends up cutting out to start the second half, really settle in here. I really like what the Titans have done so far with Thomas Waisgrass coming in, and yes, he is a true tight end, but they're lining him up as a wideout at times, and they're really using him as he has about 5 targets so far in this game. Unfortunately, or 6 targets, my bad, in this game, but unfortunately he only has 2 receptions for 4 yards, but most of these targets that he's getting are on deep routes right up to the seam of the field, and one of those plays was unfortunately a throw by Henry Fleckner that was picked off with about 30 seconds left in the first half. But Thomas Waisgrass has really kind of shown out as a favorite target so far for both of these quarterbacks, especially Aiden Dolan when he is in. Another storyline we want to keep an eye on is that of our kickers, frankly, and it's not the most exciting area, but it's somewhere that the Titans are missing points at. With we almost had 2 or 3 blocks punts almost, and a blocked extra point already, and short kickoffs, as the Rockridge Phoenixes have had some decent returns so far to set up field position and have led to them getting the ball down the field quicker than they normally can. And it's going to be interesting here to also see how Woodard handles a situation where we're actually up in a game as well. The Titans have not been up in the games that they've been playing all year. This is the first time they've had a lead all year, frankly, and it's different than having to come from behind. It is a different animal, having to preserve a lead and trying to run out the clock as much as you can. And I mean, it's easier when you have Trey Hayes at running back to do that, but it's still a different animal, and it's going to make sure Dominion keeps their stamina up and to maybe keep their offense on the field as long as possible and tire out this Rockridge defense more, especially a Rockridge team that was on the field for a lot of the first half. We have the Titans now lining up as it looks like kickoff is just underway. The Titans will be kicking the ball off to Rockridge as we are down. Actually, the timer for halftime has stopped, and the referees are setting up the ball right now as Rockridge is now trotting out onto the field, and we are now underway with the second half.
Dominion getting ready to kick off here as they're ready to start the second half. 12 minutes left in the third quarter. 20-7 Titans lead. And we have a little bit of a guess, at the very least, on this quarterback situation, as it looks like, based on what we've seen from the Titans, when it's a more pass-heavy drive or if they need some more plays, shot plays down the field, they're going to go to Henry Fleckner, the freshman, with more of an arm. But when it's a run-heavy situation, it looks like we're going to see Aiden Dolan for the rest of the game. So it looks like it's going to be quarterback got by committee as a short kick from Cesar Avila. It's going to be caught at the 24-yard line. Return. There's a huge gaping hole here as Barker is going to be wrestled down by Jaden Hickey as he stares him down after bringing him down at the 46.
I'm sure he said some kind phrases to him after that tackle right there, and let him know that he probably should not be running at him anymore as he's trying to intimidate the opposition a little bit there. But that was one of the things that I mentioned there, Varun, at halftime, was the kicking situation, and those short kicks not getting the team that much time to get down the field and make stops deep, as now Rockridge has the ball at their own 45-yard line in some good field position to start the second half. We have Rockridge coming out right now. We have Leitner still under center for this strange Rockridge package that they consistently do, but has seemed to be kind of effective for them, even though they only have 7 points in the first half.
Here they come now in that option. Leitner trying to keep it himself to the outside, looking for room. Going to be wrestled down by Aiden Dolan after a gain of 2. Dolan putting him down with some ferocity there.
Great hit there by Aiden Dolan, especially on a guy who is much bigger than him, to wrap him up and bring him down when Leitner was going for that hit stick drive right there to try to pick up an extra yard. But nonetheless, it's 2nd and 8 now as Rockridge now marches back out to the same set.
Here they come. They have not really diversified this offense too much. It's either been a triple option or a pass up the seam. Let's see what they do here. Down by 13, 2nd and 7, ball on the 48-yard line. Here is Leitner. Brings a man in motion. He's going to hand it. No, he's going to keep it himself to the outside, looking for room, finding none. Spins and goes forward for 3 yards on the play before being brought down, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Ian.
A late flag on the play right here before we get to that, Varun. And number 53 on Dominion, Michael Reyes was jumping up and down with his hands flying in the air. He was absolutely livid about something, but no one else on the field seemed to know what it was, but that flag ended up coming in late, so we'll see what that is just in in just a moment.
Yes, we will. Let's see what the flag is. Both referees backing away now, and they're going to move this ball backwards, spotting it again at the 38-yard line. So it looks like Rockridge is going to be faced with a large down and distance situation here. It looks like it was a hold there.
Good job by the official, Michael Reyes, to get that call for us.
Here come the Rockridge Phoenix. They come out in their formation. Here is Leitner. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's going to drop back to pass here. He's under pressure, gets swamped, but there's a completion to Derek Barker as he's going to be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Obviously, the Titans were sagging off a little bit there on a really deep second and 20, but that's way too easy. Yes, you want to get pressure, and yes, you think they're 90% of the time they're going to rush this ball, but Leitner just dumped that ball off for 5 yards right in the middle, completely no one even there to make a tackle, and he just turned upfield for an extra 10 yards, and it's already 3rd and 3.
Here we go, 3rd and 3 now. Titans lining up against this Rockridge offense. 10:44 left in the third quarter, correction. They're going to pitch it out here. Titans swarming the football, and it's going to be nothing doing. A loss of 2 on the play there. Tackles made by multiple Titans, including Jimmy Christ.
Great penetration there to get into the backfield and bring down that loss of yardage. They ran the exact same play that they had to get their 7 points there in the first half. So great adjustment there by the Titans to get into the backfield and drop them for about a 2-yard loss. As now they are faced with a 4th and 5 and will most likely lead to Leitner having to hit him with another quick seam pass.
Yeah, here they come. They line up in that pistol formation. Thomas Waisgrass playing as an outside linebacker. Looks like he's going to rush. No, he's going to drop back and pass coverage, it looks like. Jimmy Chris making frantic high-end motions as they bring a man in motion. 4th and 5. Hand up the middle. It is going to be stopped short, and the Titans are going to take. Oh, wow. No, he breaks out of the tackle, and he's going to get that first down. Man, I thought he was stopped well short of the first down.
Yeah, I really thought he was too. It's hard in these situations, Varun. It's not easy to try to figure out what is going on in a really interesting shape, and that then when they just dive it up the middle, every single player on the field is in 2-yard radius of one another. It's really difficult to see where that ball ends up.
Here is a handoff now. Here is Leitner trying to keep it himself. He's going to go, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of 3 on the play. Once again, thank you to everyone who makes this broadcast possible today. Would like to give a shout out to Ryan and Katie, our producer and stats executive, Mr. Schwartz, our broadcast teacher, and of course DeAndre Reeves for giving us the time during halftime. Spectacular interview from the Titans star. It's going to be 2nd and 7 now for the Titans as they look to, and of course, cannot forget about the people who make the video broadcast happen with StatStream. So can go check that out.
It's really cool to have that.
It is very nice.
First time that we've ever had a video along with our broadcast, so that's really cool to have. Makes it even more realistic, or it's not that it's realistic,
not realistic,
but more
enjoyable for us. Just because, especially with this option offense, it's very hard to see who's getting the ball. So being able to see it right here on the nice, beautiful monitor makes it much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
All right, looks like we're going to be faced with a 2nd and 7 ball on the 41-yard line. 8:58 left in the third quarter. 20-7 the score. Here is Leitner now. I got to figure out a name for that formation at some point. Not sure exactly
We'll come up with something.
All right, here he goes. He's going to drop back to pass, throws it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Mason Ward making a beautiful play to break up that pass there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
I think Mason Ward just got the wind knocked out of him. Stayed down, did a deep breath as he's kind of shrugging it off a little bit now. But really good hit there as a quick slant there by number 3 for Rockridge, Pranav Gundra.
That's my territory. That's why. Let's see.
There you go, mate.
Pranav Gundra is going to make the hit there.
I apologize.
It's a hard G there, not a soft one.
I'll look up my pronunciations later about that.
Yeah, you got to step it up, Ian. I'm not going to lie. You got to step it up like Trey Hayes has stepped it up so far tonight. 8:44 left in the third quarter, 3rd and 7. They'll bring a man in motion, but here's Leitner. He's going to hand it off. Huge gain here. He's going to give it to the running back, and the running back, Dejon Corley, is going to run down to get a first down at the 28-yard line.
That's one of the first times we've yelled his name tonight, Varun, and that was one of the players that we kind of circled coming into here. So maybe they'll try to get him more involved here in the second half, as he is a player that runs a 4.5 40, which is freakishly fast. And even though he's not that powerful a runner, he's really shifty and really quick, as we've mentioned both times now. But there is a flag on the play from the referee that actually got trampled on that play and was actually on his back at one point. No, but he threw a flag, and it looks like it's going to be a holding penalty on the Phoenixes, who now back up to the 46-yard line.
They're going to be back quite a ways here on this third down. Looks like it's going to be
3rd and 11.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be quite a distance for them. So they're going to have to make a play here to try and avoid giving the ball back to this Titan offense. 3rd and 12 now, 8:19 left in the third. Here is the quarterback, and he's going to throw a pass that's well incomplete there. Elliot Leitner throws it incomplete on the play, and that'll bring up incomplete pass. 8:10 left in the third quarter. Sorry about that. 20-7 score if you're just joining us. It's going to be Dominion ball unless looks like Rockridge is going to go for it here. So another aggressive decision here by their head coach, first-year head coach George Maston. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line of the Titans. Leitner going to come back. He's got 2 in the backfield, making an L shape. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got time. No, he's going to be under pressure. It's going to be thrown very short, incomplete. Pressure on the play from Darian Greenhow. First came back.
I was about to say, it's really great to call his name again, as he was a very solid player for Dominion last year, and we were really excited to see how he was going to turn up this year, and it's great to see him back out on the field. As Dolan comes out at quarterback right now.
So it looks like we're going to see a let's take a guess here and see if this is a run heavy
drive.
Right, run heavy drive. Let's see what they're able to do. Here's Dolan now in the gun, ball at the 49-yard line. Dolan's going to take the snap, and he's going to give it to Hayes. Hayes looking for room up the left side. He's got it. Trey Hayes going to the 28-yard line before being brought down by 3 or 4 Rockridge defenders, and that'll be a first down.
Very impressive again, and just being able to shoot into that gap, just such an explosive runner. And I guess it doesn't really matter who your quarterback is, Vern, when you have Trey Hayes just with 10 to 20-yard runs nearly every single time he's touching the ball, with the occasional few where he stopped at the line of scrimmage when the line falls apart. But if you just give him some decent blocking, you're going to be good. As a pitch now out to Trey Hayes off to the left as he cuts back in the other direction, as he is going to be tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, brought down behind the line. That play was dead from the start. Even a player of his magnitude cannot make that a successful play. But nevertheless, the play will be now a 2nd and 10 after the first down run. Dolan still in at quarterback. Interested to see if this is what we see from the Titans throughout the next 2 weeks in terms of how they're switching up the quarterbacks. What do you think?
It's going to be interesting, obviously, to see what they decide to do, whether they go with Henry Fleckner for the experience, or if they go with Dolan they go with Dolan for experience and they go with Fleckner to gain experience. So another
Dolan
good
now
block
running
there.
the ball here, looking for room. He's going to power forward down to about the 26-yard line. So that'll be bringing up a 3rd down and about 6 for the Titans.
As there is a holding penalty here against the Titans that will negate that Aiden Dolan rush.
So that's an unfortunate situation, as you obviously wanted to see that play go. So the Titans are going to be brought back a little bit further.
Demetrius Summers now checks into the game for Trey Hayes, as they will lose about 10 yards or 15 yards on that 15 yards on that play.
That is, wow, that is a lot of penalty yardage. Is a huge issue so far today.
Yeah, it's definitely hurting the Titans here, as they're putting good drives together, but they're just not being able to maintain it with all these penalties.
Yeah, for any baseball fans, Nationals up 7-2 right now in the 6th inning. It's going to be 2nd and 26 for the Titans, 6:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Here is Dolan taking the snap. He's going to take the snap, and before the play, there's a flag thrown. And that's going to be another penalty here. Not sure what it's going to be. We'll see what's going to be called by the referees.
So many flags, and we just cannot really show or say how important these really are against this Titan team right now. Is they're putting good drives together, and and that's a false start against the Titans. So that's another 5.
That's another 5
That's going to bring up
yards.
about a second and 30. About a second and 30. I think it's second and 31 to be exact. But just absolute daggers against this Titan team.
Looks like Potomac Falls has made this game a little bit closer as they're now only down 12-9 to Riverside. We're down 12-2 earlier. 6:14 left in the third quarter. 20-7. Titans lead. Dolan drops back, pump fakes. He's going to throw deep down the right side. He's got a man, Parson Nikapur, off the fingers of Nikapur. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. Man, what a huge play. That was a good pass by Aiden Dolan.
That was an inch perfect pass by Aiden Dolan. And that is a catch that Rossa needs to make. It's not an easy catch. He has 2 defenders around him. Even though they are behind him, it's still a forced over-the-shoulder catch that it's not easy. No, not at all. I'm not saying it is. But that's a catch that needs to be made in that situation, especially on a deep play that now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 31 for this Titan team.
That's unfortunate right now as the Titans are going to be faced with their second 3rd and 30 situation of the night. Not often that you see something like that.
Not at all. Especially for a Titan team. We haven't said anything like that almost all year, really.
I don't know. I mean, they'll bring Mason Word in motion right now. Hayes in the backfield next to Dolan. Trips to the far side. Free rusher coming off the edge as they're going to throw a little pass here. There's a flag on the play. Hayes looking for some blocks. Cutting up the right side, and he's going to be brought down at about the 47-yard line.
But there are flags all over the field right now, so it's going to be interesting to see. Except that play, those flags were coming in before that outlet got thrown out to Trey Hayes by Aiden Dolan. So referees now gathering.
There was a free rusher coming off the edge there. That's not great.
False start on the offense. Another Dominion penalty. That is the 3rd play in a row the Titans have been penalized on this offensive drive. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 36, I believe.
That is not a great situation for the Titans.
That's an understatement.
Let's see if they bring in Henry Fleckner here since it's going to be an obvious passing situation. Some out-of-town scores. Jefferson up 23-14 over Heritage after 3 quarters. That's who the Titans will be playing next week on the road. Stonebridge up 60-9 over Freedom. Not an entirely unanticipated outcome. And Loudoun Valley up 14-6 over Brentsville. These scores all after the end of the third quarter. We're getting close to that right now. 5:53 left in the third quarter. Titans up 20-7 as they're going to be faced with a 3rd and 36. It looks like that's a mile to go basically at this point. They have not announced what the flag is yet, so we might even see something worse. A lot of officials huddling. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to call a false start on the Titans, so that will be a 3rd and 36 at this point. So, Titans getting plagued by penalties right now.
I wonder how, no, it's declined, and they're going to bring up 4th down instead.
Oh, so instead it's going to be declined as the Titans are going to be forced to
punt the football.
Let's see who comes out to punt it. Surprised that Aiden Smith isn't punting. He did pretty well.
I don't see him anywhere on this sideline for Vern. It's just an absence.
Oh. So maybe it's less him not being a punter and not him being on the team. We will find out. Maybe on this broadcast, maybe not. Here is the punt coming now. Oh, it looks like they came on early. Not going to make a huge difference. So some other 5 yards added on. Play
false start.
It's gonna be a false start, or is it gonna be an offside?
They called a false start.
Oh man, they called a false start. So the Titans again a penalty, and you can see the frustration from Caesar as even in this good game, the Titans are showing off some of the issues that have made them 0-4.
I really wish we could just have some of these penalty statistics. It is just amazing, just on this drive alone, but throughout the whole game, what they've done, it's really, really bad, and that's a terrible snap and. That's roughing the kicker.
The punt is blocked.
There it is. No,
there was a flag thrown. However, it's going to be roughing the punter.
He got his foot on the ball, and it was off his foot, and he just got lit up by number 15 on Rockridge, Michael Tevez. So, unfortunate again for Rockridge to have another penalty like that where they were inches away and just a Dominion mistake or play after the whistle as they just go on with it too. So as referees are gathering, trying to decide maybe if that ball was still on his foot or if it was off his foot, as we're going to get a signal here by the head referee.
Gonna get a
Personal foul, roughing the punter. So that's going to bring up a fresh set of downs here for the Dominion Titans, as we have a celebration from the Dominion punter. He slaps his chest as he runs off the field. Caesar getting very excited after drawing a roughing the punter penalty, as finally his delaying of the punt finally paid off.
It pays off. Caesar, one of the funniest guys on this team.
Oh, he's a really good character. He tried out for soccer last year, and all throughout trials, he was just a smile on his face as he's now dancing on the sideline. And rarely do you see that from a punter, especially after your punt is almost blocked. Right. So it's great to be able to fix your offense, and after helping revive a offense that was just absolutely demoralized by penalties on that drive, as now we have Dolan still in at the quarterback positions and running backs to both sides of him.
Yeah, Hayes and Summers beside him. It's nice to see this Titans team a little bit loose and a little bit happy after a tough first 4 games, but in their homecoming game, they're showing off some of their talent as Rockridge takes a timeout. And, you know, it's nice to see them happy, and it's nice to see some guys who we haven't seen yet, as we see our friend Shripal Chilaveru on the bench getting some water at the moment. They're going to huddle on both sidelines here. Nationals have won 6 in a row after sweeping the Phillies, and actually have only won 5 in a row. Correction, have not beaten the Indians yet, but are up 7-2. How do you feel about their playoff? But before that, some penalty stats. Dominion has had 8 penalties for 70 yards, and then Rockridge has had 9 penalties for 90 yards as we continue in this game. Dominion leading the total yards 221 to 132 in favor of the Titans over Rockridge. Score 20-7 if you're just joining us. 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
We'll get back to that Nationals thing in a little bit. But now Caesar's job of getting the Titans back on the field is finally underway, as we still have Dolan at the quarterback, 2 running backs to both sides of him, 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side.
Hickey is the receiver to the near side. Here's Dolan. He tries a hard count, nearly gets a guy coming. They'll reset the offense. A little bit of a relaxation here. Clock is stopped at 5:04. He'll put Summers in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Hayes. Hayes looking for room, going up the right side. He breaks 1 tackle. No, they still hold on to his jersey. He is way behind. He's going to cut field. He's way behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a crazy play to get back even to the line of scrimmage. He's going to try. He's going to get up the right side, and he's going to gain 2 yards. That's the greatest 2-yard run in the history.
I can't, for those of you listening and aren't watching any of the audio or video, he just went back 5 yards. Got his jersey, the T-shirt under his jersey grabbed, spun around twice by a Phoenix player, got up, went back another 10 yards, and was 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, ran across the entire field, as we have a highlight come to you for those of you watching, and turned the corner and was still able to get around number 13 on Rockridge, who has way more stamina at that point than Trey Hayes does after he's spun out. And yeah, that's 15 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he was able to bring it back, turn the corner, and get 2 yards as he was going to bulldoze a cornerback on Rockridge and try to go to the house, as he only had 1 defender standing in his way. But wow, that was the most exciting 2-yard run I may have ever witnessed in person. Just incredible stuff by Trey Hayes, just the determination. A running back easily, when he gets a shirt grab right there, could say, hey, I'll take my 2-yard loss, it's whatever. But instead, and wow, what is going on here? Penalties for Dominion, and wow, that was a major penalty. I can't figure out what that was. That's 10, 20, 30, 35 yards
Getting
behind the line of scrimmage.
a little bit of a math lesson here.
35 yards behind the line of scrimmage. As the Titans are now discussing it with their coaching staff, I didn't see a flag or anything unless they just had a discussion. It's not like the quarter's over, so they're not flipping sides, but
There were 2 personal fouls, I guess.
2 personal fouls is the guess here in the booth and by the broadcast staff. Wow, that's still, because it's not like Aiden lost yards, it's not like Trey lost yards initially. He got +2. 10, 20, 30, that's 35, 40 yards.
35-yard loss on the play with the penalties.
So a 15 and a 20?
Not really sure. 2 20s and a 15?
2 15s and a holding?
But how? No, even that gets you to 40.
Yeah, that's...
Not true.
I don't know. It
If there's 2 holdings, you pick one.
Well, whatever that says is not right. That says 1st and 10. Our scoreboard is obviously not right. It is 1st and 46. 1st and 46 for the Titans. So
wow, that's great. You'll love to see that.
A casual 4th and 46 for the Titans now.
1st and 46, correction. Still casual.
Let's
see what they do. They're going to hand it off to Trey Hayes. Hayes going up the left side. There's
another
flag. As Hayes, big hit taken there.
I'm going to lose it, Varun.
There's a lot of flags going on right now. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of messing up the flow of this game.
Just want the game to get some flow to it. It is a pretty good game, but these penalties are just making it so much slower and not as exciting. As the referee is now gathering slightly in the middle. Head referee making a few symbols. Looks like he's pointing towards the Dominion end as he is now talking with one official at about the Dominion 30.
Woodgrove is currently down 48-28 over Musselman, who were shut out by Tuscarora a week ago. So some interesting scores going around in the county.
As the Titans now line up to face a very, very manageable 1st and 46. That said, obviously, with a lot of sarcasm.
I mean, with Trey Hayes, anything is possible.
I mean, if Trey Hayes is averaging 10 yards a carry, Varun, and if he can just get one little bit extra, we're looking at it.
No. I mean, listen. Kanye once said, "I made Jesus walks. I'm never going to fail."
Oh, sorry. It's 1st and 57 now.
Oh.
As Trey Hayes is running.
Oh, that's Aiden Dolan. Aiden Dolan's trying to break some tackles here, but he's going to be brought down after a gain of 2. Like Kanye said, "I made Jesus walks. I'm never going to fail." We've got Trey Hayes. I don't know if we're ever going to fail. God, that was so bad.
I did. Wow.
That was really bad. I apologize to all listeners.
Kid is my...
Huge Kanye fan, was very eagerly awaiting the album, but it looks like it has not dropped yet. 2nd and about 60 now for the Titans.
Just a little hand signal here, Varun. It's time. We're gonna give him 5. We're gonna give him 5 seconds off with the headset. We're gonna put him in timeout a little bit here.
Oh my goodness, that was terrible. I thought I had something too. 2nd and 54.
Like, I bet this was It's a really good.
It's a really good line.
Wow.
Oh man, 2nd and 54, 3:30 left. Here's Dolan. He's gonna throw it to the left side. He's gonna try hitting Eli Armenteros, and it's gonna hit Eli Armenteros' feet before falling incomplete. It's gonna bring up another penalty here.
I can't get over this. What can they go back to? They're gonna probably get to 70 if they keep going. It's against the Titans naturally. I don't know what I was expecting.
It's gonna be an illegal man downfield.
What is that, 10?
Yeah. Oh, it'll be declined. Spectacular.
Hey. I guess the Rockridge is getting bored of being on defense also.
I mean, how do you manage this as a defensive coach? I mean, do you just, I don't know, not put a safety back until play the Greg Williams defense and put a safety back for 40-50 yards?
Dude, I can't get over the fact of all these penalties, as we have now 4 wide receivers lined out.
Okay, here we go. 3rd and 54 for the Titans, and they're just going to hand it off here to Hayes. Hayes looking for room, finding none, goes down after 3-yard gain, and the Titans are going to punt. No flags on the play.
Very, very exciting stuff for him. As the Titans now come out with, I don't know, maybe they'll go for it here. It's a 4th and 54 at their own 21-yard line. So, it is a very, very exciting punter, and Caesar is now coming back onto the field. Maybe he can fix this for us. He holds on to the ball long enough, lightly gets rid of it at the last second. He gets nailed here by a Rockridge defense. That would be the stupidest penalty of all time if they can get it to a 1st and down on a 4th and 54.
Let's see. Here's Aguilar Sosa.
Hold on to it.
Catches a punt. Nah. Gets it off in time. A nice punt.
It is.
It's a really nice punt. It's going to be fielded at the 40. And the Rockridge returner is going to make, Derek Barker is going to make it a little bit further down to about the 46-yard line.
He's still going.
No, he's powering forward to about the 48-yard line of the Titans.
I mean, Barker is not a big guy, Varun. I mean, he's kind of tall, a little lengthy, but he does not have that much size to him at all. So the fact he's able to carry a pile like that for such a long distance after getting swarmed by really strong tacklers on Dominion's end is really impressive, as he was able to get about an extra 7 yards on that return to get into Dominion territory and set up a 1st and 10 from the Titan 48.
The Titans trying to keep this a 2-score game right now. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. What's the state of D block right now?
It's not great. It's not as good as it was at the start of this game by any stretch, and it never is by this part in the third quarter. But it's still actually in some good force. There's a lot of the underclassmen starting to move towards the front as they want to get a little sense of what it's like to be a upperclassman here at Dominion.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Not gonna lie, but
from our time in D block 2 years ago.
Gonna be a 2-yard run there as the Phoenix try to make this a 1-score game. Ian is currently dancing up at the broadcast booth. I'm making Kanye references. He's dancing. We're having a great time up here. It's a club.
I mean, at least my dancing's actually.
Hey.
Nah, just kidding. It's terrible. It's not good.
Is that the celebration after you make a save in soccer?
Oh no, it's weird if a goalkeeper celebrates for Rune. But in high school soccer, it's a little different. I can go out there with a little bit more moxie. It's not as intense. I can just kind of go out there, do it. Kind of put my own will on the game, which is a lot more fun.
20-7 the score now. Here's Leitner, drops back to pass. Jimmy Chris just jumped over a guy.
What a catch.
What a catch there. They'll get about 5 yards there, but oh my goodness, what a play by Jimmy Chris.
I say this at least once or twice every single week, but my favorite thing of maybe any game, besides obviously seeing Trey Hayes do miracle 2-yard runs, is Jimmy Chris getting in his set position on the O-line or D-line and him just being head and shoulders, this is in a crouched position still, above every single player on that line.
He's so big.
He barely goes down. He gets like 2 fingers on that set, and he just loves staying as tall as possible. Actually, on the defensive end, he actually doesn't even go down.
Leitner keeping it himself, and he's going to go a little bit short of the first down here.
But he doesn't even go down on the defensive side. He actually just gets almost like he's in a track set position. He's arms back, leg forward in a set, ready to sprint, which, I mean, makes the most sense. But in the offensive line position, he's just 2 fingers down and just head and shoulders above every other player on the field, as it's going to bring up 4th and inches now for the Rockridge Phoenixes, who are obviously going to go for it in Dominion territory at about the Dominion 38.
4th and 1, 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Here is Leitner. He's going to put a man in motion. He's going to try handing up the middle. They're going to get the first down and more. My goodness, what a run there by Dejon Corley as he's going to move forward.
Who was very impressive to avoid a Trey Hayes tackle there and was actually able to spin out of it, which is not something easy to do, as Trey Hayes is a very strong safety.
Indeed he is, and that's going to be a first down. It's probably going to be the end of the third quarter unless the Titans decide, unless the Phoenix decide to run another play. Let's see what they're going to do. It looks like they're going to try running a play here. 6 seconds left. 4.
Why not, right?
3. I don't think they're going to get it off. Yeah, they're not going to get it off, and we're going to head to the end of the third quarter. Titans leading 20-7 as we're going to get ready to start the third quarter. But before that, let's start for a quick commercial break. Dude, we're so bad today. Bring up 2nd and 8. 10.5 minutes left in the game. Titans trying to keep this a 13-point score. It's going to be 2nd down. Now a tired Dominion defense. A lot of hands on hips here as they're trying to make sure there are they try to keep this a 13-point game and avoid having to give their offense, a tough situation where they're forced to come out. It's going to be very important for the next Titan drive to be a slightly longer one than they've had so far. You can't keep going 3 and out. Here they come on 1st and 10. The run is stuffed, nothing doing. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Henry Fleckner and Aiden Dolan, the two stories so far at the quarterback position, as they look to be alternating throughout the game.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Fleckner here in the second half yet.
Because it's been a run-heavy game plan.
It has been a run-heavy game plan, and there's now another Rockridge Phoenix down on the field. This game is getting so delayed by penalties and injuries that it's actually even in a heavily rushing game, it's actually taking a very long time.
It is indeed. 10 minutes left in the game as we look for the Rockridge player and hope he's okay. 20-7 the score. Titans huddling over on the side, and they are.
Fleckner is down there he's alone talking with one of the Dominion coaches here. Probably just getting some tips, and is he still trying to learn?
I mean, when you're a freshman quarterback, you're trying to learn everything you can.
It's just like being a rookie in the NFL and sitting out or sitting out a year or something like that.
It's like what they're doing with Dwayne Haskins down in Washington.
Hopefully, I know you're hoping that pays off.
I'm really hoping that pays off.
I mean, Daniel Jones.
He looked great, and it makes it very, very bad because I was one of the people who made many a joke about Daniel Jones being drafted.
I didn't hate the draft pick.
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. And I'm sure you, being a Redskins fan, wanted to make fun of the Giants as much as possible. He is a smart kid. He understands the game very well. It's just people just didn't think he really had the talent or really to be a top 4 pick in the NFL draft. But he showed out in his NFL debut. It's going to be interesting to see if he can keep that up now for the rest of the season, as he is now the undisputed starter for this New York Giants team heading into next week.
I love how that he looks exactly like Eli. That's something I really enjoy.
It's such a freakish comparison. Like when you
they
see
look exactly the same. It's like Control C, Control V. They look the exact same.
You see the memes on all over social media. It's like pictures of them like both making like surprise faces. It's like identical, and it's just you're just looking at it. And it's crazy.
Here are the Phoenix now on 2nd and 10. They'll bring a man in motion. Leitner drops back to pass. He's under pressure. It's being chased by Greenhow. Greenhow can't get him, and he's gonna race forward for 3-4 yards on the play there. Man, Leitner's fast.
He is, and unfortunately, I can't have your 40 time for him as that was not posted anywhere. But he does have some speed, and he's elusive. He's got some good size. He's 100% their best player. You can't even deny that.
Yep. It's either him or Dejon Corley, but Corley hasn't really done much.
Yeah, he hasn't been given many chances.
I don't think he's been touching the ball much, which is
no, he hasn't.
20-7 the score. 9:42 left in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 5 now. Big play coming up at the 18-yard line as the Titans try to get off the field. Leitner getting his signals from the sideline. He's going to put a man in motion. He's going to hand it off the middle. No, he's going to keep it himself to the edge, looking for the edge. He's got just short of the first down, it looks like. Or no, are they going to give it to him?
We'll see with the spot.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the spot here, but nevertheless, that triple option wreaking havoc in the Dominion defense. Not sure if he got the first down there. It looks like they're moving the chains. They're going to signal a 4th down. So the Titans are going to be given a shot to get off the field here. Let's see what's...
It's another short or 4th and short now on this drive that the Rockridge has done a really good job faced with the 4th and short so far this game.
They have indeed. 4th and about 1. Ball on the 13-yard line.
This is a very crucial play right here.
Big play in this game. Dominion up 20-7. Rockridge driving. At the Dominion 13, they'll put a man in motion on 4th and 1, and before the snap, they'll back up, trying to catch a Titan offsides. 9:12 left in the game. 4th and 1 here. Oh, and it looks like there's going to be a false start there. Penalties killing this Rockridge team.
How do you have a false start on a 4th and 1 with 9 minutes left in the game in a 2-score game?
That's a huge situation now. I mean, now you can't just put it up the middle.
Nope. Now it's a 4th and 6. You got to get a little creative. Please don't be a timeout. Please.
They may. I don't know if they'll call a timeout here just because you want to save those for when Titans get the ball
Gotta
back.
hurry up.
Nope. Looks like they're going to make some substitutions
back
here.
out there. No, Rockridge is. They're getting back out there. No timeout.
Here we go. 4th and 6 now. Ball at the 18-yard line. Leitner in the same formation. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. 4th and 6. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got time. He's going to throw over the middle. They're going to signal incomplete. And the Titans are going to stand bending but not breaking.
There must have been something because every single Titan on that field at that play
started waving incomplete.
I thought it was a catch for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I thought that was a very good catch there by Barker on that play. And that ball must have just hit the ground when he was going for it. And every single Titan at this exact same time signaled no catch, and the official, with no hesitation, came on and said no catch either. So great defensive stand there by Dominion. Penalties finally working in the Titans' favor on that drive, as now the Titans will get the ball at a 1st and 10 from about their own 18-yard line.
Yeah, here come the Titans trying to put this game away with 9 minutes left. Here's Dolan. He's going to give it to Word. Word makes a cut inside. Word's got some space to work with. And he's going to dive forward and get it. 1st down, a gain of 11 on the play for Mason Word. He hasn't really made an impact in the passing game, but he's been a very good runner for this Titan team.
Yeah, he has. And his catch, or his run after catch, has also been where he has really specialized this year as well. He loves getting those short options and just going to work, as he is a very, very shifty player. And he does not have a lot of strength and not really a great ability to go up and get it, but he can really hurt you in a slot roll and is a quick outlet, almost like a Julian Edelman kind of player.
Yeah, he's a very, very adept player in open space. Here is Dolan now in the gun. He's got Hayes next to him. 1st and 10, ball on the Dominion 28, and they're going to give it to Hayes. Hayes looking for room. He's going to be swarmed to the backfield, but he's going to try getting something. He's got room. He's going to get the 1st down to about the 41-yard line, maybe a little bit even further. They're going to say he's down at the 42 and a half. My goodness, what a run there.
It's great to see a Trey Hayes run where he gets numbers in the backfield and he gets a 1st down and the play does not come back. It's finally getting rewarded for his efforts on that play. And even like sometimes there would be a holding penalty on one of those runs and you're just thinking like, really? Was that hold really necessary on that play? Like does he really need that extra little hold for Trey Hayes to
it's
make
Trey
that play?
Hayes,
Yeah.
you know. Here is Dolan again in the gun. He looks like he's going to be the quarterback for most of the rest of the way. He's going to take the snap now, give it to Word. Word looking for some room. He's going to make a cut. He's going to have some room here. There's a flag thrown, and about 6 yards gained there. Visible exasperation across this Dominion sideline, in the stands and in the booth, as another flag is thrown here. We're seeing a lot of penalties so far.
It's an understatement, mate.
It's going to be a hold on Dominion.
Naturally.
They're going to bring it back, and the Titans are going to be faced with a tough down and distance.
No matter where this ball goes back to, it will never be as difficult as a second and 54.
Oh, that was just so perfect. We thought 31 was bad. We thought 36 was bad.
Bro, we thought 25 was bad.
We thought 25. We thought 15 was bad at some point. Little did we know.
We were like, oh, now a very difficult second and 15.
You don't know difficult until you've seen 1st and 57.
That is just ridiculous.
8:20 left in the game. 1st and 20 for the Titans. Direct snap to Hayes. Hayes stiff arms a guy, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe for the rest of this game, we should play no penalty rule. All the refs get rid of their flags, and it's just absolute chaos, and everyone just goes at it.
You have players just like false starting, like three
people are just like grabbing and picking them up on shoulders, and Trey Hayes is just like running out of bounds down on the track, just comes back into bounds.
That'll bring up 2nd and 20 for the Titans now. 20-7. They are down. 7:43 left in the game. Aiden Dolan only 1 for 7 so far for 4 yards, but the story of the game has been Trey Hayes' spectacular play. Here, and I don't know if what the delay is here.
Another flag. The center referee just picked up a false start on the offense. Has to be.
Oh my goodness.
It's absurd.
It's laughable.
Where is Woodard? right now. I have to
Let's
see
take a
this
look
guy.
at Coach Woodard and see his face. He's about to get his first win, but he cannot be happy. And he is not. He is gesturing wildly.
But at some point in your head, as a Dominion player, you have to think, okay, I'm literally going to only focus on not making a penalty on this play. At some point, you would think about that, right? Like, this is absurd. As Trey Hayes just got a lot of running room, and he just got a block, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage as after that, and that's a flag on the play.
Jimmy Chris is really, really upset right now.
Jimmy Chris said something to the referee that set him off, and
That's weird. You don't see Jimmy Chris show that kind of emotion.
No, he typically does not. He's a very cool-headed player, but something got him very ticked off. And in a game where no one is able to keep their head or show any discipline, Jimmy Chris now with it looks like a personal foul, I will guess.
Man.
Jeez, dude. This is
bad.
This game could have been
It's not
over
bad, folks.
so long ago.
It's 9:40, and we still
This is
have
typically when
9 minutes
this
left.
is typically when it ends.
This is when I'm normally doing interviews on the field.
And we still
Jimmy
have-
Chris is not happy. He is not happy. It's going to be a long way to go for this Titan team. And it's going to be, the clock is now running. It's going to be 2nd and 26 now for the Titans.
Another flag on the play.
Are you kidding me? What was the flag?
Someone's saying
This has
something.
turned into a ref show.
This is getting absolutely absurd. Varun, I'm curious. What is the most penalties in Dominion history? I want to know. Because there is no way that this is not a record. This has to be some kind of record.
It's surely...
Like somewhere along the lines, there's maybe even a game. What are the penalty stats right now? We have to be nearing 200 yards of penalties for Dominion alone. Not even like combined. Combined, we might be almost at 300. This is absolutely absurd. As on this drive alone, we're looking at 5 penalties. As the Titans now face probably a similar. There's no way it's 2nd and 25 because that's definitely not that. This might be a 2nd and 45.
2nd and 41.
Are you
Second and
kidding me?
41.
We should not be struggling to have to figure out how far you have to go to the pylon.
This is
or
really
to
listen. The
first down
Titans
marker.
are in a position to win this game, but these penalties are absurd. They're going to hand it off now to Trey Hayes, and Hayes is going to go forward for 3, maybe 4 yards.
Just stop.
This is disgusting.
How do we just stop? Why don't we just stop blocking? Why don't we just like everyone?
Trey Hayes is gonna get
everyone
to
stands and it's just Trey Hayes one-on-one against the Rockridge safety.
I think he still gets 1 yard. If it's 11-on-1, I still think Trey Hayes
And then
gets the yard.
Trey Hayes gets to the end zone, and then we'll have an excessive celebration, and everything's just going to go downhill. And it's still taking. The clock is still not. The clock is still not running. Oh no, there it is. It's running now. This is. We can't exaggerate like how frustrating it is to every single play. There is a flag, and some of them are after the play as well.
Here is Dolan in the gun. He's going to fake it and keep it himself on the run.
Please don't penalize.
And
Please.
he's going to run. He's got some room. Dolan running up the right side. He's going to break a few
Just go
tackles and go down to the 30-yard line.
Come
Big
on.
hit there.
Come on.
Do we see any flags?
Come on.
No flags on the play.
Hey!
That applause might sound sarcastic. I think it might be a little bit sarcastic. Let's keep it real. That's going to be one of the first plays without a penalty in a while. 5:45 left in this fourth quarter as the Titans are going to be faced with a 4th and 23. A manageable situation here. They're going to punt it now. Oh, we get to see Caesar punt it again.
Most exciting Titan of the night.
Exactly. One of my favorite Titans. And here he goes. And they're going to call a false start.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is absurd. I'm running out of adjectives, Varun. Come on, AP Lit or AP Lang, help me out here, man.
Lit and Lang.
Lit
This is
and Lang.
preposterous. This is absurd. This is simply stupendous.
Simply stupendous.
Indeed it is.
Wow. Can we get those penalty statistics? Whenever you get a chance. Just.
Oh, nearly a blocked punt.
Wow, that's a
Caesar's
really,
gonna get
really
us out.
good punt.
He's a very nice punter when he gets it off, but it's going to be a good return here as the return is going to get out to about the 42-yard line of the Phoenix before being pushed out of bounds.
Bruin, I'm willing to put money on the fact that we are north of 200 yards of penalties.
Oh, we were north of 200 yards way before, remember?
No.
Oh, just Dominion.
Just Dominion.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll probably say we're at 180, so I'll take that bet.
All right.
Let's see. We're about to get the stats in a little second.
A lot of personal fouls here by the Titans. I think maybe just that extra low yardage might have put them over. We'll see. It'll come up at some point.
We'll get it up to you guys in a bit.
Don't worry about it. We'll get there. But oh my goodness.
Is there a penalty?
No. But
Oh,
I'm just saying in general.
Just in general, we're all shocked here. 20-7 the score. 5 minutes left in this game. Dominion leading in their homecoming night. Here is the handoff now up the middle. It's going to be stopped after a gain of about 1. Some final scores. Loudoun Valley beats Brentsville 26-6. Jefferson beats Heritage 26-14. Stonebridge beats Freedom 68-9. Musselman wins 48-28 over Woodgrove. Here are the Rockridge Phoenix lining up. 4.5 minutes left in the game. Here is Leitner going to keep it himself. He's going to be dragged down. Beautiful play there by Michael E.
May I mention, a legal play.
Right, exactly. No penalties on that play.
As we have a chance coming from the Dominion D block that is thinned out quite a bit, but still a good chance coming from people saying, "Who are we? We are the Titans." Oh wow, that can't. No way.
15 penalties, 145 yards, and once again I am proved correct.
That can't possibly be right.
Would you say that the stats are capping?
How bored are you, Vern?
Very. 3:47 left.
I mean, I'm not going to go against the stats. The stats are probably right, but
it felt like more.
It just feels like. I'm going to.
Oh my goodness! Another penalty is thrown.
These aren't even during the play, Vern. These are all pre-snap penalties. Just stop. Put your fingers down. Set in position and just set on the O-line. How hard is it to set on the O-line and not move before the snap? I mean, I'm not an offensive lineman, but it can't be that difficult. Never do we see these kind of issues.
And here they go. Here's Leitner dropping back to pass, going right side. He's going to throw deep down the right side of the field.
What a catch!
What a catch by Derek Barker.
And pass interference.
And it's going to be pass interference there by Dominion, but I think they're going to decline.
It's going to be declined, but what a catch there by Barker. Wow.
He and Leitner have been the two best players so far, so.
Oh, obviously.
By far. Let's see what they call here. Nevertheless, even if this game was marred by a lot of penalties, it does feel good for the Titans if they hold on with 3.5 minutes to go. If they do get this win, it'll be their first win. It'll be Coach Woodard's first win as a head coach in Dominion High School. So
always love to see that.
Yep, it's a great experience for him. So that at the very least is good.
As there's a lot of discussion going on right now. Now the clock finally starts running. As that penalty actually got tacked on to the end of that catch for him.
Yeah, they're going to tack that penalty onto the catch, and now it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Nothing doing there. Jimmy Chris brought down the quarterback at the same time.
Please, no roughing, though. Okay.
Yeah, there was no penalty there, luckily enough.
Clock still running, down to 3:10 left in the game. Titans still up 20-7. Ball now slightly behind. It's about to be a 2nd and 12 for the Titans. As Jimmy Chris coming off the field. Jimmy Chris checking out of the game right now.
Jimmy Chris
That'll be his first breather of the night for the big man.
Yeah, he deserves that at the very least. He's done a lot.
Wow.
Not a lot to say about this game in terms of the penalties because they've just been so prevalent, but the Titans still have played well tonight on offense. Here's Leitner now. He's going to drop back, throw, and it's going to be very, very high. It's going to be incomplete.
Pass had no chance.
Yep, that had no chance at all.
This is a crucial drive here for the Rockridge Phoenixes if they want any chance of making this a game here with under 3 left to play. We got the band still playing nice and loud as we have a lot of the Dominion star. Jimmy Chris is actually back out onto the field. So I guess they were just giving him one play off. Some miscommunication here by the Titans, as they were almost had too many men on the field, one also in an offside position.
Here's Leitner now, drops back, throws over
Interception.
the middle, interception.
Trey Hayes.
Who up?
No, Aiden
It looks
Dolan.
like it's going to be Aiden Dolan, and a good game for Aiden Dolan as he played quarterback, and now it's an interception. That's probably going to seal this game.
As we are now 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. It's going to allow Dominion to ideally, barring any penalties, run this clock out and call it a night here, as Dominion is going to look to move to 1-4 on the season and win their homecoming matchup against hopefully the soon-to-be 1-4 Rockridge Phoenixes.
Indeed, Dominion is going to get their first win of the year, barring any crazy outcomes.
Oh, good, another penalty.
You're joking. There's no way there's
There's
another
no way
penalty.
there's another penalty, right? I don't see any flag. Is there a flag?
Well, they're moving the ball out.
I think that's where Dolan just went out of bounds. That's where the ball's moving up.
All right, looks like there was no penalty, thankfully. Oh, no, there was a penalty. They
Oh,
threw
really?
the ball up by a lot.
All right.
Yeah, not sure what the penalty was, but there was one.
It's not like it's going to stop the clock, so.
Does not indeed.
2 minutes and 31 seconds left. Aiden Dolan at quarterback.
Dolan drops back, play action. Oh, no, he's going to give it to Hayes. Hayes got some room up the left side. Trey Hayes into the open field. 50, 40, and down at the 30-yard line is Trey Hayes.
Why hold?
They held? They held?
No.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying. Why in general? Vern, you watch that right there.
I did indeed watch that.
You see these other amazing runs he makes.
Yes, I did.
Why hold?
Not sure.
Like obviously you want to get your running back as big as a gap as possible, but you're good enough as an O-line and a team that you don't need to. I really do not see why. But
2 minutes left now. We're going to see.
slightly, almost under 2 minutes.
And here is a snap now from the Titans. Here's Dolan in the gun. Gonna fake the pitch and run it himself. Going to the right side, there's a penalty,
flag.
but Dolan is gonna run. He's in the open field. He may score.
He does.
He's gonna score. I think they're gonna call
That's
that.
that's 100%
call it a
coming back.
touchdown, but it's coming back. I'm gonna guess.
Holding on the offense. Yep.
Great.
I mean, it's not obviously you want to see the Titans score, but it just will keep the ball out of Rockridge's hands, which will allow the Titans hopefully here to run out the clock a little bit. So, as they already signaled that it is a holding on the Dominion Titans. Aiden Dolan now walking back after a great scramble, and that's going to be a loss of 10 yards for the Titans.
Yeah, Dolan did show off that dual threat ability there. That's the greatest part about him as a player. He's
not just a fast runner, he's aggressive.
He's a powerful runner.
He runs angry, and as he mentioned in my interview with him earlier today, he said one of the best parts about football is that you got to hit people, and it's the only sport where you can hit people and it's allowed. And he said it's so fun to play with such emotion, but it's still controlled emotion, and that you got to go out there and hit people legally. So it'll be. And he's shown that throughout this game that he loves to. He'll turn the corner and he's not afraid of anyone, no matter how big you are. He will run right into you.
1:27 left now. First and 23 for the Titans. 20-7 the score. They're going to take a knee. Titans take a knee, and they're well on their way to their first victory of the season.
As the clock is still running.
Dominion is about to get their first win of the season as they're taking a knee. What would you like to say about this win, Ian?
I think it's a great win for the team. Obviously, penalties.
Forget about the penalties.
That's
Those
a big,
are obviously
that's a
not
big
great.
story and an issue that I'm sure Woodard will address this week. I'm 100% certain of it. But the Titans look good. Trey Hayes looked excellent. Jimmy Christ, great blocking. And as a team, they got it done. And Trey Hayes is just 215 yards rushing. That's just rushing. I don't know if he had any receptions.
I don't think
or
they threw
anything.
the ball to him at all.
But
They only
215 yards
completed
rushing for a
passes.
9-yard average and 3 TDs, not to mention the fact he had 2 touchdowns as well, as Aiden
And 2
Dolan,
interceptions.
Henry Fleckner just took a knee for the Titans, so his rushing yards are going to take a little hit right there. But obviously, we are now down to under 25 seconds as the Titans are going to move to 1-4 on the season and win their homecoming night matchup heading into homecoming weekend.
Fist bumps, chest bumps, celebration ensuing on the Titan sideline as the good guys in black beat the visiting Rockridge Phoenix. 20-7 the score. on the broadcast. And as the clock runs to 0, the game is over. Titans win. For Ian Whitfield, I'm Varun Shankar, signing off.
All right, this is Rod Ogan for StatStream coming back at you. You guys are off. Thanks to Varun and his partner over there for this fine broadcast this evening. Live from Dominion High School here in Sterling, Virginia, this is Rod Ogan for StatStream. We bring local streaming to the next level with real-time statistics and graphics. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of tonight's game. The replay and highlights will be up on the statstream.biz website under the on-demand button within 24 hours. This is Rod Ogren signing off. Thank you for watching.